Alex, you got it right at the end.
Yeah, I mean...
There we go. Hello. We should be live. Frank is gone. I have to figure out why on my end.
I'm here.
No, you're here. I know.
see you guys.
I see you. I just got to put you back into the stream for some reason.
It's probably because like I turned off my VPN. So
Consumed by the void.
Yeah, the right corner is missing without our good friend here, Frank. So let's see if I can get you back up in here, buddy. Otherwise, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here. If you're here in the chat already, Frank should appear. There he is. He is fixed. He has appeared. All right. I when I went to go get water, you know what? Fee's drinking. I want to drink a little too, except I didn't really have much to mix it with, so I have Bacardi and apple juice. I hope this tastes like an apple teeny. We'll see. We'll see. It also looks like piss, so we'll see how this goes.
Hey, I'm a big fan of apple juice. Huge fan of apple juice.
Yes.
Not a big fan of Bacardi, but
yes. Hold on. If I put this towards the light, does it has a yellow hue like God is pissing on me?
Will it make you feel better if I tell you at the abomination of a drink I made last night?
What'd you make?
So I have hot buttered rum mix, right? And usually make it with hot water.
Yeah.
But I've been making mine with hot, like, steamed oat milk instead. So it's, like, more creamy. But yesterday, I did half cold brew and half oat milk. And then heated it up. And then put the rum and the hot buttered rum mix in it. It was very good. It was an abomination, but it was delicious.
You know what?
For all the touting you guys do for being alcoholics, you guys have nothing in terms of alcohol ready to go.
No,
I think the only one actually ready is Harv. And look at this man in the background; he's got a whole ass bar.
That's what I want to do. I want to build something like that. I want to build a problem. That's what I want.
I already had some rosé earlier today, and then I got a migraine, so I stopped drinking.
Guys. This is fucking good. I could chug this.
I refuse to believe that.
Don't do it.
Don't chug it. Don't chug it.
I could though. That's how good it is.
I could chug all of this too.
I refuse to believe Bacardi and apple juice is good.
But Bacardi like has that. I mean, most alcohol has that hit. You know, when you like, you just take it straight. I could fucking. This is gonna be a fun podcast. I think I'm not hosting.
Who is hosting this?
Not me. I'm not. Nope.
Let's figure that out.
I mean, I can host if nobody else wants.
Harv, you're hosting.
Harv, hey, dude, congratulations. You're the host.
You won so easily.
Oh, wow. The lottery. Jeez.
God.
Hello, welcome to the Point in Progress podcast.
Oh. Okay, Harv's now fired, but okay, cool beans.
We did.
Technically, we played Final Fantasy 14 this week. So
Frank, why don't you take it away?
Why don't you go ahead and try this time?
Welcome to the PiP.
Welcome to
yeah, Frank, you never host.
Yeah, I would in this situation. Well, it's not that. It's more just like in this situation where I'm not doing the patch notes this week. I totally would, but like, I'm
didn't
just
do
tired.
The patch notes. I did.
No, I'm just saying where I'm not doing the patch notes this week.
Then you.
Okay.
I should, but like, I'm just too tired today to do it, man. I'm sorry.
Next
time.
Yeah,
next time.
I won't reveal it.
I got you.
Next week.
I got you.
You heard it here
Maybe
first.
next week.
Next week.
Frank is hosting next
Frank's
week.
hosting next week.
Lock it in, baby. The 29th.
Mm-hmm. I hope our job keeps me until like 9 o'clock.
I'm not riding with him.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be like, "Hello, is this the Verizon that Frank Gillamo
Can't you say the last
Villagomez?
Is this one where Frank works at?
Halfway through my last name, you thought I was Guillermo del Toro for some reason?
I'm so distressed right now.
Frank Guillermo del Toro.
I'm just gonna be like, his great aunt died, and we're just in too much distress, and he needs to go home right away.
What
and then you're gonna go home.
Become?
I would be like.
By the way, do not joke about bereavement because shit happens. So do not do that.
No, especially to you.
No, we're good.
You know firsthand some fucking people faking that shit.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm tweeting out. I'm tweeting right now, and it says, like I have right now, Fee dying after her Moscow mule attacked her. 6-1 Indie presents the mini the mini indie showcase. And what else are we going to be talking about today?
Sonic and Friendship.
Oh,
what the hell is Sonic and Friendship?
Did you watch Sonic?
I want Sonic, y'all.
Okay, we'll talk about Sonic. I want to hear about it. Life is Strange Colors is a game I played. We're going to probably talk about that.
Oh, shit. I know what we've done this week, Harv.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Stranger Things. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I could say fresh if you want to do an addendum on the fresh topic. We can do that too.
Oh my god. I mean, we could if you want to. The more I think about it, the more I'm disappointed with that movie.
I think I like the ending, but I'm happy that the way it went down, I was not expecting. Which I guess is good. I could seriously drink this more. I'm really happy.
You know what?
Funny,
I'm happy for
loved
you.
The ending.
Yeah,
I thought it was. Here's the thing.
Wait, is this the movie with?
No, we can talk about this on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Is this the Hello Fresh movie?
This is the one that Fee watched without Mario, right?
Yes.
This is that
Yes.
one. Yeah, okay.
And
the Sebastian Stan movie where
Yeah.
she's like, man, I'm tired. I'm not gonna watch this, and then watched it.
watched
And
it
then she
without
like
me.
watched it.
All right, fine. I'm putting it in here. I'm gonna put for me. I'm gonna put fresh.
You said Sonic and Friendship. Yay, thank you.
Sonic Friendship. Let's go. All right, cool.
All right, y'all crazy kids ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Never.
Oh, psyched.
Ass to ass, indeed. Thank you.
Ass to ass, indeed.
East to east.
Yes.
Shout out to anybody who actually understands that reference.
Hello and welcome to the Point in Progress podcast, episode 47. We're so close to 52, guys. We're so close.
I know.
To 52. Your one-stop shop for news, recommendations, and some spicy takes. Join 5 friends across 3 time zones of 2 countries every week as we discuss all things we love while still thinking critically of them. We got the rich, we got the cast. We got the entire cast
whole
today.
cast is here, baby.
Everybody's
The whole
here.
cast is here.
Whole
Everybody's
cast.
here. It's like
So
the
much
Smash
to do.
Brothers of cast.
So much to do, so much to see.
Yeah, and that voice is Frank. How you doing, Frank?
Yo, what's good, man? How you doing, man?
Fly, how are you? How's
Look at each other's earlobes. What are y'all doing?
I am ready to quit the podcast already.
Ken Kniff from Connecticut.
I'm out of here. Dunzo.
all right. Fee, how you doing?
I'm not doing good, Harv. I'm not doing great. I'm not gonna lie. I have searing pain coming from my foot at the moment. And I am just trying not to make faces. As have you ever hurt yourself to a point where you just get waves of pain? Like it goes away for a little bit and then it comes.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. So every so often, for people who are watching the podcast, you're gonna see my face go into about 50 different waves of I don't even know, because right now it's just chugging along.
Yeah, honestly, in this episode of PiP, you're gonna see Fee go through the stages of grief.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm definitely never gonna get to the acceptance part because this is stupid.
I was gonna say even denial. She's gonna be. I guess she's gonna be in denial. No, because you already know you got hurt. How are you gonna deny the
denying
pain?
the pain. Denying the pain.
She could deny oh, it doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah.
I mean, she's not denying it though. She's letting it happen.
Yeah.
She's I've been paid.
Yeah, exactly. For the people who aren't unaware, because I have not explained what happened yet. So I opened up my fridge in hopes that I could get a nice cold Moscow Mule by Propeller from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I'm definitely not trying to rep them, but here you go. So it's still really good. But this can itself actually fell from the top of my fridge door and then fell directly onto my foot, which I then realized how reinforced this really strong can is when all that power went straight to my toe, and now I have a U-shaped cut, which then proceeded to bleed everywhere.
I thought you were
so
about to say you had
that's
a U-shaped toe. I was about to say you should probably go to the doctor.
No, it's not a U-shaped toe. But oh my god, I was not expecting that. And when I've cut my
Technically,
foot
our shows
before.
are U-shaped. They're just upside down.
Now, if he has those Ninja Turtle toes.
Oh, that's disgusting.
No, I do not. For the people who are, no, I want to put that out there. I do not have those types of toes. I'm not showing anybody what's happening because no, I do not need that. My feet on the internet, but
not on this platform.
Cut that out.
But Show the fucking can here. That's not a small can. This is holding some
It's
power.
a big
Okay,
can.
you know what?
And
It
it's
is
filled, by the way. It's open.
400
Not
It's like
open.
half
Yeah,
a tall boy.
This was full. This is a 473 milliliter like can of
Show
alcohol.
the can. Like
Yeah.
show the whole
Yeah.
thing. Like look at
Hey,
this.
Yeah.
you know what? Here's
Filled
a
with
standard
juice.
bubbly can.
That's
Here's
a
standard
regular
bubbly.
It's a
can.
tall boy.
Yeah, it's basically a tall boy.
Yeah. That's fair.
That is
I think
tall
tall
boy.
boys
It
are a
is
little bit longer,
Yeah.
but like
No,
yeah.
tall boys are 473.
Okay, yeah.
This
So, yeah,
is-
that is a tall boy. So she
So
got
yeah,
a tall boy
it's
to the
just like
fucking toe.
really
Fuck, I
like
should've
this
drank that
metal
fast.
here is like super. No shit, Sherlock. We told you not to.
Before the podcast recorded, I could chug this thing.
I mix
Oh my God.
I'm
mix
drinking Bacardi and apple juice. It
Oh my-
tastes like candy.
Oh,
And then we have Mario right here. How you doing, Mario?
I'm doing good. I'm switching to water. How you doing?
It's good. I got myself some Apothic Red right here.
Ooh, very
You
good.
got
Very-
Oh man, we're all drinking pretty heavy today. I'm drinking some strawberry Kool-Aid.
All right.
Does
Nice.
that also have Bacardi in it? Because apparently,
It could.
It could, but I'm not an alcoholic.
God damn. I could start you a problem. Boy.
because we're drinking doesn't mean we're alcoholics, Frank.
All right, we're going to segment number one. We're going to the checkpoint with a little housekeeping. We got an awesome TikTok up there from Shotgun McPain that made a nice TikTok of her feed telling me that Downton Abbey was, or the creator of Gilded Age was the same as Downton Abbey. And you know what? I stand by my tweet. It was an honest mistake. Mistake.
Honestly, it's an honest mistake. Hey, Fee, did you know that Sebastian stands in Frush?
I didn't know that. Thank you for informing me.
Did you know that the ending of Attack on Titan
Oh no.
is
He's just Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, just Sebastian Stan.
it's Sebastian?
You want to tell me what the ending of Attack on Titan is? Because
I
that
do.
caused
Yes, I do.
trauma.
I
You
know.
literally read it. You literally read it and literally did not know.
Hold shit.
Wait, hold on. Have we told this story on the podcast yet?
Yes,
I don't think-
yes, we have. 47 episodes ago, we did.
Okay, like how
my
I just
God.
like during the week of ending Attack on Titan and the manga ending, I said, you know what? I've never seen a lick of Attack on Titan lore before, so I just read the last page and said, okay, I guess I don't really need to watch this anymore. We still haven't though. We need to watch Attack on Titan like ASAP because I kind of want to see what's going on.
I'm down.
I got time to catch up now. I mean,
You
there's a part
do.
3.
There is a part 3 of the season.
Oh god, we have so many things to watch that I don't know. There's just way too many things at this point. But what we've been playing / what we've been watching. Let's talk about some of this stuff that we've been watching. Fee and I have been rewatching Stranger Things again, all the way up to like we're getting ready for season 4, which is coming out in the summertime, which I'm very very excited about. But we started from season 1 of Stranger Things. We're about like halfway through season 1, I think, a little bit more than halfway through. Season 1 is just special, man. It is hard for me to criticize season 1 at all.
Yeah.
For Stranger Things.
It's really well told. Really,
It's
fun.
it's well told. The mystery is there.
Yeah.
And it's just like you kind of don't know what's going on. The kids are actually good actors, which is very surprising because you never see that. Like everybody saw the first Harry Potter, right? Ugh. But like like it's like compare those kids to Stranger Things kids.
At the time, it was magical.
Yeah,
Harv.
I was about to say.
To be
I don't know
fair-
if I agree with that. It's pretty magical.
To be fair, I mean, most of those kids. Were you trying to say the kids are good actors? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, the Stranger Things kids.
The difference is that most of those kids were not actors before the movie. Like Daniel
Yeah.
Radcliffe wasn't.
Oh yeah.
These are kids that are trained, or at least not trained.
But,
but
like,
Emma
started
Watson
to.
wasn't.
It's very hard to
get what
see-
you're saying. I
It's
think I
very
get what you're
hard.
saying.
Yeah, it's very hard to get like kids to like that can actually like get a role and then
to
kinda run with it.
To connect to them is the same, I would say, as Goonies, which is basically these kids.
Yeah.
Goonies and
Yeah.
E.T.
Or it.
The original It, sure. Yeah.
Or,
Yeah.
or it if
I
you're
mean-
fucked in the head.
I mean, the one kid's been in like all those movies, right? It and fucking what he was in It and what was the other one? Ghostbusters.
Oh, you're talking about Finn Wolfhard?
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
I swear is the same kid as the other kid that's another part of the group. They almost have the same haircut. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all the
Very
same
weird.
kids. They've been copied so many times at this point by Hollywood. It's
Well, no,
But,
he's saying that he gets Will and Mike
Yeah,
mixed
I get them
up all the
confused.
time.
oh,
I get them confused all the time
Yeah.
because like they both have the same haircut pretty much. So I
Yeah.
always-
Bowl cut white boys.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good show. I really like it. I'm kind of excited to see where like season 2 and season 3 lie, because like I like season 1. Season 3 was kind of meh to me for the most part. So I'm kind of excited to rewatch it again.
I think season 3 was actually a return to something fun and interesting because it was in the mall. That's the mall season, right?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
To me, the mall season is just because we're not like trying to like hear the backstory of 11, or I just didn't find any of that interesting. I just wanted the fun tale, and it just so happened to be in an 80s mall, and I thought that was a lot of fun.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Stranger Things fans, and I think you should think about answering this. Right? Red pill me on this show without hearkening on any of the 80s nostalgia on it. What's good about this show? Sans 80s nostalgia.
It's a mystery show. It's a mystery show. It's like the season 1 is pretty much a mystery of what is happening. How are people disappearing in this little town of Hawkins? So it's not in like a big city or anything. It's a small town, and these kids are starting to disappear inside this town.
Yeah,
and then they have to try to figure out why they're disappearing and where these kids are going. Because these kids are still like there, but like they're in a different place, and it's kind of like
it's a whole world that you discover that I think is actually very interesting and scary. And it's just a scary like how can I describe like a Afraid of the Dark makes goosebumpy kind of thing if you're into those kind of stories. But obviously it's fucking terrifying, and there's real stakes. There's real people die in this fucking show. Mm-hmm. What I also really love about it is that it's very much like a Frank Miller comic in terms of the way that they tell stories. Like the 11 stuff is straight up just X-Men, just like Frank Claremont X-Men stuff. And the way that they do it though is very much like a Frank Miller like Daredevil and Batman Returns. Like it's like that gang. It's like the mutant gang. So that's what I was like, this is fucking cool. Just the way they dress and like look and do stuff. The mods, right? But yeah, I don't know. Like obviously the 80s nostalgia is really just pretty much there to set the tone and really pulls you in. Like there's there's different references to different stuff. Obviously the world is chock filled with it, with like the Evil Dead poster in the background of one of the kids' rooms. A big theme of it, if you like Dungeons and Dragons, is definitely a thrust of this show, especially the Demogorgon's connection to Dungeons and Dragons. And you see the trailer, there's a big Dungeons and Dragons connection there too. That's something weird's happening. So I'm very excited about it. It's also batshit and crazy insane with like musical stuff too. So it's like you have a little bit of everything. Even if you don't like the 80s nostalgia, if you just want a fun mystery story with something that's to unravel, it's fun, honestly.
I do like I know that some people are not particularly interested in like the 80s nostalgia, but I think like I really appreciate the fact that this is kind of like an ode to the 80s. Because the creators were obviously very like inspired by the Goonies, and in season 3 like we're talking about Stephen King for sure, but also things like Back to the Future, because the mall is very inspired by Two Pines or Pines Mall. If people who understand the reference to Back to the Future, it's really great how they were able to like intertwine different storylines. Mind you, season 2 was not my favorite. I could give her like one of and Harv and I were having a conversation about this. One of the worst episodes in the entire series is 11's like arc of moving a train, and like also like her back arc trying to figure out who she is. Yeah. Because it's like
they completely derailed the season to have her in this random place with random characters that you'll never see again.
That's what I hate about it. You never see them again.
The issue, what? Well, we might see them in next season.
Well, here's the thing, correct? But it's also been 4 or 5 years since we saw those characters. So
the thing is, I don't care about those characters. Well, I could care less about those characters.
The problem of the season was, let's take a character away from characters that we like for the entire season until finally the ending. It's the Twin Peaks season 3 conundrum of like, you want the one character to be with the group, but they're not going to do it for until you know. So they did that for too long.
Yeah. I don't like that.
That's why season 3 fixes it, in my opinion.
It does, but it doesn't. And I also like Harv introduced me to what is it called specifically, Harv? What was the name of it?
The Cosmonaut Variety Hour.
Okay, Cosmonaut Variety Hour. My apologies for my inability to speak this evening. But it's really made me think about the entire series as a whole over the past few days. And I agree with the fact that what was so exciting about season 1 is completely lost in season 3 because they're almost, and the best way to kind of reference it, it's like they went from a special nostalgia feeling in season 1. Season 3 is like a variant of Game of Thrones because you have so many different characters trying to follow all their storylines at once. Then you introduce a character that you do not want around, which, by the way, the actress is phenomenal. But God forbid, I never want, like, why does she have to be like the sassy younger sister? Why can't she be like...
She's the
really?
the one that... Yeah, I hate her character.
Like, she's okay, but like at the same time, it's just like, out of all the characteristics that you could have specifically given this character, she had to be the sassy younger sister, which I find to be overplayed, mostly because I do have a sassy younger sister. And Emily, if you're listening to this, I'm definitely calling you out on this.
Max.
But no, it's just, there's just so many different things going on. There's a lot of things that they brought back from season 1 into season 3 that I was just like, hell yeah. Also, once again, Chef's Kiss Billy. But at the same time, it's just like,
and Steve.
So good.
I love Steve as well.
Steve's great.
Steve
is awesome.
Steve is, I think, single-handedly the best character in season 3.
He's the Ash Williams of the series. He's the Ash Williams of the series.
Everybody else, I think, is just weaker in season 3. Everybody else is weaker in season 3, in my opinion.
He's
They
that.
just they didn't know how to write them, I think.
He's like, he should not survive any of this, but he constantly comes back.
And they said
but like Steve has a character arc. Nobody else has a character arc in season 3. Like literally nobody else
has a character arc in the last episode of the season too, first season, which is hilarious. It's just like, oh, you went from hating him to loving him all of a sudden.
Yeah. Sorry, Fee. You're gonna keep talking.
Oh no, I was just gonna specifically say, and I agree with like some of the comments that they specifically mentioned, which was there's characters that are fan favorites, and you can tell who the fan favorites are because they gave them more screen time. And so it's just like, okay.
Dustin and Steve, for example.
Yeah, Dustin and Steve is a huge like fan favorite, which I'm not arguing. That actually carried the season for me just because of their comedy relief, like comedic relief. My apologies, but I'm hoping season 4 is different. Mind you, even though as fucking amazing the season 4 trailer was, because Separate Ways by Journey is phenomenal.
Great song.
In the regular case, let alone the variation that they had in the trailer. But it's just like, there's something I'm concerned about for sure. But it definitely also kind of seems like they're bringing in like the haunted house vibe, which I'm like, okay, why the haunted house? Because there's the house with the clock and who knows what's going on.
Yeah. Now that I'm an expert on Stranger Things, I've absorbed all your knowledge. I will go ahead and I'll probably give it a shot. Honestly, I've been looking for something to kind of throw in the background and play Cyberpunk 2.
That'd be perfect, actually.
Not necessarily like I want to do it with Moon Knight, but I want to pay attention to Moon Knight just because, like, you know, references and shit like that to the MCU, and I want to pay attention.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know who's actually okay. I know Fee hasn't watched it yet because we had the discussion. Right?
Yeah,
have you watched the latest?
Are you sure that I haven't watched
the latest episode?
Is this what this new show is that you're talking about?
I watched it, yeah, which is a great segue to what I've been watching.
All right, let's talk about it.
I watched episode 1 of Moon Knight.
Yeah, we don't talk about Moon Knight now.
Only the first episode. Okay. Only the first episode. You want to know why I watched the first episode? Because episode 4 got fucking spoiled for me. Which I was just like, okay, which by the way, for people who've watched episode 4, and I'm not going to spoil it, is the reason why
I'm watching it tomorrow.
Cool. Okay. So Sly hasn't watched
here's the thing,
okay.
Sly, all I'm going to say is it's the reason why I'm now watching the show. So which is very vague. Very, very, by the way, it is very, very, very vague.
I can probably narrow it down to a few things, right? It's either a mystery, there's something detective related, or
I'm not talking about it.
There's K-pop in it, one or the other.
You know,
K-pop.
no, because like I, as a kid, always loved Egyptian mythology, and so I was just like, okay, I'm now kind of interested, and all I can say is I'm really excited for the end of the season when Arthur just gets dragged into the underworld by Anubis because Anubis is pissed that his essentially, like, no offense to Emmett, is essentially like the dog right beside the like because that's the role.
This is actually what it is.
Because if you're not familiar with Emmett, it's a crocodile-headed like creature that has the body of a lion and a mixture of like some sort of other type of creature or animal.
Yeah, it's a bunch of pieces.
And it sits beside they sit beside the scale, and if someone is considered evil, their heart gets thrown to Emmett, and Emmett gets to eat it. So that's essentially, which is why they're considered the devourer of evil or the devourer of the dead. And so I'm like, I don't really understand why there's a fucking cult about
Why
Emmett.
the main villain?
Well, sure,
Yeah.
but they're not like, and I understand probably because that's why he's upset, because he's just like, they're not considered a god, and I'm like, correct.
Yeah.
Like,
I think so.
Episode
Without
2 gets
spoiling
into it, yeah.
everything, right? Without spoiling anything, it might be very apparent, like even from the very beginning for the first season, the first
Yeah.
episode, that Amma isn't the main villain.
Oh, no, for
Marvel
sure.
loves to do Marvel likes to do the switcheroo right at the end. So
Oh, for
people
sure.
are already been speculating since the first episode that Amma is not like the main one. But you might be right. You actually, I didn't know that for one, I didn't know that Amma was a mutt basically.
Well, yeah, they sat beside the scales, beside Anubis, because the very first type of conversation that you see in the show is the character was talking about the fact that like the Egyptians would remove all like essentially the major organs except for the heart, because the heart was supposed to take you like guide you to the underworld, and then you got judged by Anubis. Specifically, if you were good or evil. It wasn't even Anubis who judged you, it was the scales, and the scales would determine if you were good or evil. And so there's like a depiction, like remember it as a kid, it was like especially specifically the scales, and Amit is sitting like right beside the scale. And so there's Amit, like Anubis, and then a few other gods, and so they always just sat beside the scales. And so I'm like, I understand like Marvel always like has that kind of switcheroo at the end, because we've seen that with essentially every single movie and show.
basically.
No offense, Marvel, but that kind of seems to be your deal. But no, I'm specific. That was a joke, by the way. I don't know how this season's gonna end, because there's only 4 episodes.
I don't even think we talked about Moon Knight since we started talking about Moon Knight. To be fair,
we haven't really talked much about Moon Knight. Like, yeah, to be fair, like Marvel is formulaic. We already talked about this the other day, where it's like it's become so formulaic that we can technically, like, you can basically predict what type of characters are going to be on the show and everything like that.
Yeah,
But,
I just like like even when you guys were talking about it, I always like kind of ignored you guys, just because I'm like, at some point I might want to watch this, and like honestly I don't remember like or consumed like any of the information that you guys provided me. So I'm really interested to see how it goes. The
listeners, and do that as well. Whenever we start talking about something, just completely ignore what we're saying.
Yeah,
guys, don't do that.
No
I
spoilers
just
here.
have abilities to be able to like apparently just ignore everyone.
But
So
Fee, you saw the first episode though. What did you think so far?
I'm excited to watch episode 2. I was very interested, like, and this is for people who haven't watched the first episode, like, come on, like, you've had 4 weeks at this point.
Oh yeah, there's
but
no excuse.
there's really no excuse. But it's just the action in it, and also like the conflict that Steve specifically has in the show. It's not, I like the fact that it's like right out the gate. And also it has like that kind of going back to Stranger Things, it has that veil of mystery of like what the fuck is going on, because like you're also left in the dark as to what's going on. And why does he keep on
I guess
popping
you
up
are
random
to a
places?
certain extent, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love
Yeah.
to see how your opinion changes on that notion on the next episodes.
Yeah,
But,
because like for me, episode 1 was really good, and then it just kind of went downhill for me until the latest episode.
I think.
Yeah,
well,
and I agree with Harv on that one
to
too.
go with Fee, though, I do think that there's still some mysterious ambiguity even going into this last episode that, you know, we could all talk about and speculate on MCU University, what we should do. Maybe an extra point if everybody wants to be on that
we
episode.
all just show up a
Hey,
five man
totally-
MC University for Moon Knight.
For the last episode, let's do it. I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, no,
Alright.
I'm super down. But no, I wanted to watch it because 1, you guys have been talking about it, and 2, I'm just like, okay, I've just been seeing spoilers all over the place now.
Oh yeah, you can't get
yeah.
like this game, this show is like the Star Wars shows, like Mandalorian when it comes out.
Yeah.
Spoilers right out the get go. There is no.
I've gotten
Nobody is safe.
so many
when it
out
comes
of
to that kind of stuff.
context spoilers that just so happen to be related that are funny, but I don't want to say them so
Yeah.
that you know. But there's one that I'm like, that's fucking crazy that happened.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It just
The-
my main thing is like nobody has chill. You know, nobody has
Yeah.
chill.
Nobody has
Everybody
chill
just
anymore.
like bam, just throw it out
Yeah.
there, throw it out
I
there.
think it's because. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Fee.
Oh no, you go ahead.
I think it's because mainly it's the TikTok thing, right? It's like, hey, we need to get this joke out right now because it's relevant right now.
Mhm.
And we'll get more views now than if I wait for the whole season to end and then make the joke.
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
you have
like
to, you have
TikTok's
to
constantly fucking
you gotta
spoiling shit
cast
for
the
me
iron
now.
while it's hot. You gotta do it while
Exactly,
it's hot.
yeah. And I think
Yeah.
that's bleeding over to Twitter because people will see a spoiler on TikTok, think it's okay because TikTok's spoiling, I can spoil it, and then they'd spoil it on Twitter, and then everybody gets fucked.
if you are a good TikToker, you give me a warning before you fucking let me consume your content. So
I don't
shout
think
out-
I've
anybody
never-
has actually. I've
I've
never seen
never
a
been-
warning.
yeah. Well,
I've
no. They
never
say
been
talking
spoiled
about
on
the new
TikTok.
they say talking about the new episode of Moon Knight. Then that's your moment to pause, right?
Yeah.
But like Jay
Well-
Stubes, those people, awesome.
We'll specifically talk about like how I was able to be spoiled later on, probably on the MCU, because there's a specific reason why I was getting spoiled on TikTok. So we'll
Oh, it's
definitely
for TikTok. Okay, yeah.
we'll keep it specifically for the MCU when we do a spoiler cast for it, because there's a reason why I was getting specific TikToks, which I'm not going to go into right now because
Because
I
of
don't
Oscar
wanna
Isaac.
well, correct. Oscar Isaac is.
Were you liking Oscar Isaac videos, Fee?
We're not talking about it. No.
You know, we've been talking we'll throw the after party about why people are watching Midnight, like what the different reasons for people watching. And a lot of people are watching for Isaac, and
Yeah.
I'm watching because Khonshu is a dramatic bitch and I love him.
He is that 100%, 100% Khonshu is, yeah.
Okay.
But I think a lot of people are probably starting to watch these shows because they have to at this point. Because if you don't
It's a
watch these
cultural
shows,
thing.
you're gonna miss something.
It's a
Something-
cultural
you're gonna
thing.
miss
Everybody
something
knows them
though.
now at this point. Marvel and superheroes are not the thing that like the kid in the back of the class who doesn't say a word. It's not just them anymore. It's everybody now.
Yeah, like
So-
if a new movie comes out and Moon Knight's in it, you're like, oh fuck, and I gotta watch Moon Knight because I gotta know what the hell's happening in Moon Knight.
Mhm.
And then when he pops into like the new MCU movie, right? Because
Are you
like all these
serious right now?
characters,
Please,
well,
play.
there's
Please, play.
Yo,
Um,
hey,
Oh my
hey,
God.
what are you
But
doing?
yeah.
No.
Eating puss.
To segue,
What are
the
you
reason
ass on
why
camera,
I didn't
bro?
think I was gonna get TikTok specifically because of the Moon Knight thing going on is because for some reason last night I got actually it's not even a surprise. I got specifically stuck in the Depp versus Heard TikTok
Hmm.
okay.
algorithm.
So this was the next thing I was gonna jump into now, was because like I've been keeping up with this. I know
Mhm.
Fee's for 100%. I know Fee enough now to know that she's keeping up with this. So and
keeping
then
up with it as
I'm
well.
guessing.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
what he actually told me. Hey, can you do me a favor? Can you not Amber Heard all over my bed, please? Thank you.
Jesus.
Anyway.
What does that even mean?
Oh,
you'll
Harv,
find
you have
out
not
today,
been following
son.
enough. You have not been
Apparently not
following
enough.
enough with the Depp versus
Oh, I know.
Heard
Yeah.
I know the
So-
application.
or
I know
the
that.
So
Depp versus Turd.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah,
Amber
so I know
Turd
that stuff,
fiasco.
yeah.
So just to give some context here, yesterday in my moment of sleepiness, I jumped onto Discord and I was just like, "Hey, Fee, what's up? How's it going?" And we started talking. We were chilling. She was playing some Grand Theft Auto, and out of nowhere, I was just like, "You know what? Have you been watching this Heard shit? Because I heard she was listening to it earlier, or talking about it earlier in the week." And I'm like, "You hear this? Can you like TLDR me really quick? Like, I don't really need all the details, just thing." So we sat there for about 3 hours talking about
That's a
about
short
Amber Heard
deposition.
and Johnny Depp. To be fair, she condensed it probably as much as I can. A lot of it was me having to walk away for a second because I could not believe some of the shit I heard. One of them being very shitty.
Frank.
Oh my
But-
god.
Frank.
But Yeah, and then Reagan comes in, a longtime friend of the podcast. Reagan comes in, and we're gonna play some Overwatch. And I'm like, "Hey, Fee, can you TLDR Reagan?" And it somehow ended up shorter than that, but still almost 2 hours.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I have been I've essentially had the live stream on with multiple YouTubers who've been live streaming it. So throughout the day, like on one of my monitors just has the Depp versus Heard acquisition and the actual like court like proceedings and stuff like that. And it's been nuts. In more cases than one. By the way, fuck Amber Heard.
Yeah,
Just
fuck
gonna
Amber
throw
Heard,
it out.
100%.
No, because there's been a lot of like I'm not gonna go into it too too much depth because of certain specific like really
Yeah, if people want to go into it, they can watch the stuff
Yeah.
that's happening.
Yeah, you
Like,
can
like,
probably-
yeah,
You can find your favorite streamer probably talking about it. Hassan, I watched the Hassan take on it, and then some other stuff as well.
or if you want me to sit here on the Point in Progress like Twitch channel and talk about it for a few hours, by all means.
This should be
But
your
no,
thing.
honestly, at this point, I may as well just do like court cases and true crime because
Celebrity
that's
law.
all. Yeah, why not? No, it's just been wild. Just
Fucking absolutely
completely-
wild.
Oh my god, you have a cat now. When did that happen?
She heard me yelling at her for eating her own ass on camera, so I just like she just came over here and just jumped on me. She was like, "What's up, dude?" And I'm like, "All right, cool. I guess we're doing this."
My god.
Meanwhile, my cat keeps showing up, and I keep trying to like find fun ways to get it off the camera.
No,
Say hello to the camera,
what
say
do
hello
you
to the
think?
camera.
Oh my god, his eyes!
Baby.
Oh baby.
Completely derailed. For people who are not watching, we are looking at Frank's cat currently.
So
It
buddy.
is absolutely adorable.
Check out the video for cat cam.
That's right, you're missing out.
cat
Missing
cam.
that cat cam.
She's a little baby though. She just likes to be like held like an actual baby.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Me too,
yeah.
dude. Me too.
But yeah, that shit's kind of crazy. All the stuff that's been happening with that. But on that note, Sly. Okay, I wanted to get everything out that we've all like kind of like talked about and stuff.
Sure. So
now we're gonna go to the individual stuff. Sly, Sonic and Friends. So you watched Sonic 2.
And Friends. I did. So one of
Is
my
that a TV show?
I don't know.
Oh.
One of my mutuals on TikTok, I recently discovered lives in the same state as me, and that was very exciting. And then we also had a mutual, that's a phrase, anyways, who was in town for SakuraCon. And so we all met up on Monday and hung out and watched Sonic, and it was a very fun time. I haven't seen the first Sonic, I'm gonna be real honest. I watched Sonic 2. It was a
Jumping right
time
into Sonic 2.
There you go.
there was LL Cool J.
Yeah, Cool J's in it, I think. Coolio,
Oh
technically.
yeah.
The first one at least.
Yeah.
In spirit at
but
least.
it was fun. It was like I had no expectations. I had no investment, like
Yes.
no stakes in the story. But the whoever wrote the screenplay for Sonic 2 had so much fun with it. Like there were so many like references and jokes that felt like they were like genuine to the writers, and like the writers just wrote something that they thought was fun and funny and enjoyable, and so that made it enjoyable to watch, at least for me. The VFX team looked like they were having a blast with all the effects, and like it was a movie, but more importantly, I got to meet some really cool friends face to face for the first time, so that was great. I was hanging out with Danielle Silverstone and Hannah at Your Favsion on TikTok.
Cool.
Okay.
And we had a blast.
I still want to go see Sonic 2. I actually really enjoyed the first one. I thought they did a good job of rectifying the horror show that was the original design and
The Chupacabra.
the Chupacabra and literally made a actual movie that was fun, and with actual love to the look of the characters. So that way we can get them for the sequel, which is clearly the thing that they've been kind of been waiting for, to get Tails in there, to get Knuckles, to get a Robotnik at his Robotnik self, which is really cool. And I'm so happy that we live in a world where Sonic is like one of the #1 movies in the world in 2020.
I mean, it's a kids movie, right? It's a kids movie, so that's probably one of the
Yeah.
reasons why it's going to be one of those kind of things.
Did Sonic beat out Morbius yet?
Yes.
I think get fucked Jared Leto.
You were saying, Sly?
I will say Rachel is my favorite character in the entire film, and she was badass, and I respect it.
Got you.
I had no idea that Jared Leto is 50 years old.
Yes. He is a vampire. Literally.
No.
A real vampire.
While we're here, actually, I'm just gonna derail this really quick. Fee, what stage are you at right now, in terms of the grief?
Oh.
Talking was making it denial. That's what
So yeah, shit.
We had anger, acceptance. How we feeling?
Sorrow. I don't know if Sorrow's on the
Sorrow.
line, but like
Just sad for
that's
no doubt.
that's a Spanish superhero. What are you talking about, Zorro?
What do you on the scale of 1 to 10 pain?
like a 6.
You're in
6.9?
depression.
You need to
Is
Bacardi
that
up.
what
Yeah.
it is?
We need like the chart the doctor gives you, just like which picture is your pain.
Oh
All right,
my
Mario.
God.
We're gonna jump to you, Mario. We're gonna jump to you now.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk about what you've been watching. So you watch Jurassic Park is that 4K?
Yeah, I watched it in 4K.
Okay, and then you got Fresh.
Yes.
Because I know Fee's watched Fresh. I know Sly has watched Fresh. So you guys
Oh,
could
yeah.
probably yeah.
I watched
I
Fresh.
watched it tangentially with Fee, I think, when she was like showing me like little parts and stuff like that for it. That's really about it.
All right, well, let's talk about Fresh since we're all here. This is the final addendum to Fresh, because if we remember the saga from previous episodes, Fee and I were watching the movie together and having a really good time until I believe there was a moment where Fee was like, you know what, I have to stop. And I'm like, I agree with you. That's totally fine. Totally understandable. But I then leave. Fee continues to watch the movie without me and tells me about it. She didn't have to tell me about it. The night of that, I'm like, I could have finished the movie, so I ended up not finishing the movie with Fee. I ended up watching it 40 minutes at another occasion, and I had 40 minutes left, so I watched it another occasion. I've had to watch this like a television series, which, you know what? Stop making your fucking movies 2 hours long that don't need to be 2 hours long. If it ain't the fucking Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, if it ain't the MCU or Batman, that shit needs to be under an hour.
If you could tell the
Really.
story
I'll
within
tell
90
you,
minutes.
even the MCU, if it's a tight 90, it's automatically a grade higher.
Are you guys?
I don't
Wait.
care.
You guys are talking about movies should be less than an hour long?
No,
Movies?
yeah,
Movies should
everything.
be a
Everything
tight
other than the
90
things I
minutes.
like. Yeah, everything
Yeah,
other
Tight
than the
90
things I
minutes
like.
is good. Yeah,
Every-
90 minutes is good. 90 minutes is good. 90 minutes is
Literally,
Give me
the
30
90
minutes.
minutes is perfection.
The bare minimum is 61 minutes. That is the bare
How long
minimum.
was gone in 60 seconds?
Right? That was 2
Not in
hours.
60
That was 2 hours.
seconds.
Yeah, that was too long.
Yeah, we watched that as a collective. That was fun.
Great movie.
Great movie. That's a
One of
2 hour
my
deserved
favorite
movie.
movies in middle school.
Okay.
You know what they
okay.
need to bring
I
back?
fucking love that movie.
You know what they need to bring back? What they need to bring back?
Intermission.
Eleanor.
Yes. Everyone needs to bring Eleanor back. It's a good call. That's my dead
A
grandmother, by the way. She died.
intermi-
Okay. Fee, you were saying.
Next podcast,
Alrighty
I'm going to bring
then.
her urn. It's going to be great. Anyways. What do you need to bring back,
I
Fee?
quit.
Oh god, I was gonna make a cocktail joke, but okay.
I was gonna say intermissions in longer movies.
Oh, man.
because they-
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes, they do.
So I've been recently watching Bollywood movies, right? For
Yeah.
the last the
He's
last
in
couple of
denial
weeks.
right now. he has hit a new stage of grief after that one.
And one of the movies I was watching, it's about 3 hours and 40 minutes, I think, or 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And like at like the an hour and 45 mark, they have an intermission. And like they have like the
That's
whole
awesome.
curtain thing coming in. But it's
Yeah.
like obviously when you're watching it, there's no intermission, right? Because I'm just
Yeah.
watching it at home. But I remember watching it in theaters. I watched this Hindi movie in theaters. And I remember they had an intermission for 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Right.
That's
Yeah.
good. That's good.
I
I like
watched
that.
Bandstand and Newsies, both of their theatrical releases, and they built in an intermission in the theater, and it was
Yeah.
amazing. I love an
I-
intermission.
When I was a kid, around Christmas time, we'd always watch The Sound of Music. That movie is fucking, as apparently according to Google, 2 hours and 54 minutes long. There's an intermission.
Jesus.
As a heads up, I also had to because my friends wanted to go see it, talking about depression, I had to watch Les Mis for 2 hours and 38 minutes
Yeah.
without any fucking intermission.
Yeah.
This is a crime, and I
Yeah.
think it's terrible.
Yeah.
They need to bring back if the movie is
Yeah.
over like 2 hours
Fee.
and 15 minutes long,
You're
get
right.
an intermission.
Fee, the
Get
intermission.
100%.
If intermission was whenever Russell Crowe was singing, you just walk out of the theater, go get a little sody.
Well, I did walk out. I'm going to be honest. I walked out for 10 minutes, came back, was still depressed AF.
Still
and
depressed.
I'm going to be honest. I don't think I missed too much. Because they were all still really depressed. And
I mean,
people
look at the
died.
name of the film, guys.
Yeah, Les Mis. Les Mis. Hold on.
So what you're saying right now is you're definitely in the bargaining phase.
You're,
Of,
you're in the bargaining phase. You're in the bargaining phase. Yep. The only movie I've seen that had intermission.
Give us the
It was the intermission. The only movie that I've seen with an intermission was Hateful Eight. I got to see that in theaters. I think Frank, were you there?
I don't remember.
Yeah, Hateful
I
Eight
don't
has.
think so. I don't remember ever seeing that.
I
movie.
saw it with my
Hateful Eight
boss.
is crazy long. That's
Yeah,
why.
it's really long, especially the 70 millimeter cut. But I
Yeah.
watched it with Dave Anderson. He took me, and we watched it. We had an
cool.
intermission.
What's to say about these intermissions, though, and that is, they really do need to happen. Honestly, I'm surprised they haven't already happened. Let's be real here. You buy some popcorn, you buy a drink at a movie theater. That shit's gone within that first hour,
You know,
right?
you know what they're called now, though? Harry
What's
Potter
up?
and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
okay,
Yeah.
I want to add. Okay, I just found out something, guys. Hold on to
We're
your.
not talking about
fucking
fresh
seats.
yet. We're going to wait for a minute.
No, wait,
HelloFresh.
wait.
God,
Okay, The Sound of Music, 2 hours and 54 minutes.
Yes.
Okay.
Gone with the Wind?
Just wait.
Okay.
Just wait. 2022's The Batman is 2 hours and 56 minutes and doesn't
is.
have an intermission. That is a crime.
No.
I quit.
It's a good movie
Yeah.
all the way, though.
It
They
flows
should
pretty
have an
well, though.
intermission.
Flows
Do you,
pretty
you
well.
want to sit
You know
down for
what?
3 hours?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
not
I did.
recommended.
That movie
It
was
is
great.
not-
I did it
It
twice.
is not recommended that you sit down for 3 hours, by the way.
You should see me play video games.
Mario, I'm just saying there's
why
a
my
reason
feet hurt
why
afterwards.
the Apple Watch has
okay.
a notification telling you to stand up every hour.
Yeah.
Like,
You know
you
what
need to stand
desperately
up.
needs a fucking intermission? One Watchmen director's cut and Snyder's cut for Justice League.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well, as
Actually,
long
I
as
think Snyder's Justice League had an intermission.
Also, that would make the movie
No.
theaters more money.
It
I
had
don't
like a little-
understand.
Didn't it have a little thing in the middle of the movie that said that had like a smart little like part 1 and part 2, like to kind of like
those are just chapters.
yeah.
Those are just
No.
So
chapters.
the movie,
Intermission, hold on.
the Haley movie that I was talking about, it's 3.5 hours, and that movie had to have an intermission because I don't know how you could have people sitting there for 3.5 hours.
Because I don't understand why movie theaters don't have intermissions anymore. Because that's what gets you money. Because people stand up, they go out, they
Oh,
get
you're
more
right.
food.
Oh my
they come
God.
In
back.
theaters, it had an intermission, Frank. In
Yeah,
theaters.
that's what I was saying because I remember people talking about that. Like it has an
What'd you
intermission.
say?
Snyder
The
cut.
Snyder cut.
Doesn't that
Okay.
take like 8 hours?
It's 4 hours.
It's 4 hours long. It's 2 hours
so-
into the movie.
But still, this was 3 hours long. The Batman 2022,
great movie.
but it still doesn't have a
Yeah.
fucking intermission.
That's what I
gotta
said.
watch that, by the
Theaters.
way.
Hold on. What did I say at the top of this? If you're not the fucking Lord of the Rings, you don't deserve to be here that long. Batman is the fucking Lord of the Rings of this year, all right? If your name is
Batman is
Dune,
the shit.
you get the same fucking treatment if you were Dune.
Batman is that guy. Okay?
Batman is that
Okay.
bitch, all right?
Once again, still doesn't mean that they shouldn't have a 15-minute intermission.
Granted,
just saying.
you're absolutely right.
By the way, Star Wars, you have
Thank
no right
you.
to be 3 hours long. Anyway.
Sebastian Stans is
Yeah.
fresh.
Especially Star Wars. You have
Yeah,
no,
you have no
reason
fucking
to
right to be 3 hours long.
Yeah.
I ended up liking the movie Fresh.
Speaking of Sebastian Stan,
Yes, I stand Sebastian Stan's movie Fresh.
we had a
Oh,
great
no.
reference to Sebastian Stan on this week's MC University. Go check it out.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. God damn it. That's a plug for our own show.
You're
You can't get
welcome.
mad at that. You can't get mad. It's our own show. Yeah, I ended up really enjoying the later half of the story because I had no idea where it was going to go, especially since I only had 40 minutes. I had to like kind of like figure out like, okay, how are they going to fucking end this? Because a lot of crazy stuff does end up happening, specifically speeds up in the last like 5 minutes of the movie almost, and it goes places that I was not completely prepared for. And I think that we get a lot of like prestige in terms of like horror movies lately, and I think this is just another continuing of that. What I found interesting was that the DP on this is the same person that does the Ari Aster movie, so Hereditary, Midsummer, so very similar in terms of look, which was actually very interesting. This is also written by a woman. And I think that their interpretation of the dating scene is fucking brilliant, personally, because we all have Chads in our lives that we all wish that never text us back. But Fee, you have a different interpretation of the ending, right? Or response that you
Man, I wish we had the hot takes specific segment again. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know for a fact I'm gonna get a lot of spice coming back at me with whatever.
I can make a hot takes, fresh takes cam for just one person in the center of the screen.
Oh my god!
Fresh hot takes for everybody here.
Okay, so I feel as though Fresh went from being original for being then going to completely like predictable at the end of the movie. It was like I feel like it went from like the essence going back to like honestly this is like an episode where everything like there's a board and there's red strings everywhere because this kind of goes back to how I felt about Stranger Things because the second that we found out what was behind the veil I was not interested. That was the reason why I was able to finish the movie.
Gotcha.
Was because like there's no mystery anymore. The reason why I couldn't continue watching it with you Mario, was that veil of mystery.
Yeah.
And I couldn't stomach that idea of what was behind the curtain. And then the second that we found out what was behind that, I'm like, okay, apparently this is what it is. And now I'm just like, okay, this kind of comes back to kind of like almost like mid 2010s like slasher flick kind of. And I was just like, okay,
see,
so
I thought I had in my brain where the story was going to go at the end with that, classic 2010 slasher film. And I feel like they took that expectation and flipped it in a really interesting way. And that's why I was such a fan of the ending. It's because I was expecting one thing that I wasn't a fan of, and they flipped it on its head and made it more interesting and more compelling. And I went, wow, I really like how they took that expectation of mine and put it in a new perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want to spoil the movie, but I'm going to say this. This is like the reverse of sitting down and watching Cabin in the Woods for the first time, which was the very predictable movie and what we thought was going to happen then goes to completely left field. And then we find out the fucking craziest shit at the end. And then that's the movie. Whereas this movie went from really fucking crazy at the beginning of the movie to, okay, this is what's happening. And now it's just a generic kind of like slasher film, and then this is how it kind of ends. And like the reason why I'm a little bit upset about it is the fact that we had that build up, like you said, we had that build up for almost an hour and 40 minutes, and then like the last 5 minutes, it feels like it was very rushed at the end, and then that was it. There was nothing else after that, and it was just like, okay, like we leave them at that particular point. Yeah. Okay, cool. Like that just. I don't know. And then it just didn't like really make any sense because like, oh my God, I'm trying not to like specifically talk about to spoil it. But it's just like.
Sounds like a good drop in, drop out. Am I right, Frank?
For HelloFresh?
Yes.
Sure.
I was just really, I don't know. And it was almost like the best way to put in, you kind of mentioned like Midsummer. Which, like, Midsummer for me, I fucking loved that film from start to finish because it was, once again, you were behind the fucking curtain the entire movie until the very end. And then when they actually revealed what was behind the curtain, I'm like, I get that. Like, that's different. That hits fucking different than usual. So, like, it just, it had this like momentum going, like we were like going up this hill, and I'm like, okay, like it's really like difficult. It's like making me really feel uncomfortable. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit winded. Maybe I'm feeling like I should turn back. And then it's just like, oh, it's a clearing, and everything seems to be like flat now and completely like just doesn't. It didn't hit. It just did not hit, and that's what I was hoping that it would happen at the end of the movie.
The only thing that didn't hit for me was the mid credit stinger. Did you see that?
Yes.
Because I personally didn't need that in the story. I think I would have preferred it to be as clean as it was, because at the end of the day, does this have sequel potential? And I'm like, why? Why would this
Is a sequel called Spoiled?
That'd be hilarious.
Unless it's an anthology, I
Red
don't want
Meat,
it to be a
Red
sequel.
Yeah, unless it's an anthology set by something. I don't want to say what. But anyways, but overall, I think knowing what it is doesn't deter from the movie, because at the end of the day, it's still the survival aspect of the movie that I thought that like how is this going to happen, especially the way that that they sort of outline the film, especially what you know in the midway through the film where there's another kind of a twist that happens. And so I was curious of like how they're going to resolve it. Now, do I think they resolve it cleanly? No, but I do think it's satisfying, right? I do think that like this is a movie that if it ended in the worst way possible, then this would be an unredeemable movie, and I would not want to watch this. It had to have the it had to have something good about that ending to make me like, okay, this was a fun movie. This is a worthwhile experience. Not saying good things happen, bad things happen. Trust me.
Yes.
Very bad things. But I think overall I needed the way that they ended it to be the way that they ended it, right? And especially about one specific through line that I love the way that ended. I won't say what, but I'll just say, fuck this shit. That's all I'll say.
I know what you're referring to. Yeah.
I actually really like that.
But see, I wanted more of that. I wanted more of the next, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, I get like, what, like, and I keep on like referencing Behind the Curtain. It's like we didn't even get to see anything of that until like a split second at the end, and then you're just like, okay, like the one thing I was like actually like kind of like motivated to like continue like on with this, like I know the reason why they had to do that for sure, because then it would kind of lead to, other than the post which like mid credit, like it would lead to something like, okay, now there has to be a specific like sequel here, or an explanation, which I don't want.
No,
like I don't want, like, I'm gonna be honest, this is a movie where it should just stay
it
just being that. And if it becomes like an anthology, it has to be a separate thing. But it can be in like the same universe. Sure.
Yes.
There's some, because for sure there's a lot of things there where you're just like, okay, this would be kind of sick if they did something else.
Yeah. Hostel 1 and Hostel 2 are in the same world, but they're different stories for the most part.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm into that if that's the case.
Yeah, no, it's just it just kind of like deflated. And honestly, like, I know this kind of sounds silly because it had the same, well, you talking about Hostel, it's like Saw 1 and 2. Like, those are completely different movies. Still great movies, separate, because they're two separate storylines, which if you haven't seen Saw 1 and 2, it's been a decade. Calm the fuck down.
Yeah.
But like, it's like two completely different storylines, because it's like two people sitting in a like a abandoned bathroom for essentially almost 2 hours, and then like the like second movie was an entire group in a house. So it's just like, okay, those are completely different. Like, it had a different vibe, it had a different essence to it, and that's what I would need for something like Fresh 2 if they ever had one.
Gotcha.
I want a fresh prequel all about the wife. Give me her backstory.
Well, I would like to know why she's in that situation. I want to know why she's like that. Like, I want to. Sure,
I will
give me more about the wife.
Oh no, Frank, what is it?
Can I get a sequel called The Fresh Prince?
No.
There's already a TV show for that.
There's already a TV show about that. I'm going to say one final cap on that, and then I'm going to also, Nerdy Day asked, where's this movie located? If you're in America, it is on Hulu. If you are if you're in Canada, it's on Disney Plus.
Sure is.
Which is really funny.
For us.
That's where I showed you.
Yeah. The other
Dude, I don't remember. Like, there's so many
okay.
streaming services that I just. Yeah.
The other thing, it's funny because I'm happily reminded about Fresh because I've been listening to the Dead Meat podcast. They had a whole episode about it, so if you want to hear from them, definitely check it out. But they also just did the American Psycho kill count.
I need to watch
And
that one.
This movie is probably very similar to Patrick Bateman with Sebastian Stan's character. They're both fucking dorks, which is hilarious. And they have similar things. They have tastes, right? They have definitely things that they can obviously
Sure,
connect.
they sure have tastes.
Yes,
Mario.
they absolutely have tastes. That was a pun.
flat.
It was meant to. But yes, that's all I want to say left on
No.
Fresh, personally.
No, I think like there's definitely some redeeming factors. I'm just saying that if someone asked me like in like the past like 2 decades, would this be my favorite like horror film? I would be like, no, this is no, because right now I'm gonna be honest, and I know how cheesy it is in some cases. That would have to be like something like Cabin in the Woods, or it's something like a thriller-esque, like having something like
I meant,
Get
like,
Out.
so
Because
early.
Get Out was
So early in the year, I'm like, this is good. This is
oh
something
no,
worth
for
watching.
sure.
Yeah.
So early in the year, I'm just interested to see if anything can
Top it.
top
For
it.
something that we're gonna take a 180 here. The last thing for watching wise, I guess you got Jurassic Park as well.
Yeah,
right?
I don't know why you fucking blacked that out before I said anything about
I
Jurassic
didn't.
Park.
I don't black anything.
I heard it was-
I'm not
I heard-
the one blacking this stuff out.
I heard it was mentioned, and then like we just moved on from it. Like,
I know.
real quick, so I thought it was like.
Harv was
okay, I
like,
guess we're
this
not
is
saying
everything he's
anything
doing. He's gone.
No, I didn't black anything out. I don't know who's blacking stuff.
No, the Frank just said it. Oh my god. Life finds a way.
What the fuck?
KS there.
Fuck.
Alan.
God,
Alan.
fucking
Alan.
source. Holy shit.
Oh my god, we should
Dotson,
start
got
playing.
Dotson here.
Start playing that like really bad recorder version of it. So it's like
Hold on. Ready?
Yeah, I think a recorder's
Shotgun
on.
and Pain, play it. All right, cool. We did it. We got it. We got the TikTok. Sorry,
We're
Craft Lady.
dancing.
We're dancing. Yes, I bought because Kind of Funny is watching the movies and I got me in the spirit of Jurassic Park. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna phantom buy the 5-pack Blu-ray, the 4K Blu-ray, because I wanted to see these movies in the highest quality possible. Jurassic Park is one of the most life-changing movies of all time. I'm thinking about getting a tattoo of Mr. D&E on my arm because it's just such an iconic thing from that film. And shockingly, the first movie is fucking perfect still. It hasn't aged much, which is fantastic, other than obviously CG. 4K, definitely. This is the time when you watch it, you're like, yeah, definitely 4K was a mistake. The movie is still phenomenal in terms of character designs, the way that the story it plays out, all the people, the lines. The lines are so goddamn iconic, and you watch it now, and watching it as an adult and actually being able to understand like the sciencey things or what they're trying to say, and like figuring out how they put the park together is such an interesting treat. Because when you're a kid, you're just awed by the spectacle of it all, and to figure out like the story how it connects then to 2. I always thought 2 was just simply just there's more adventures on Dinosaur Island, but this has ended up being like something interesting in how they were trying to continue that story. And maybe what I'm hoping is that when I revisit all these movies is that maybe I'll appreciate Jurassic World more. I doubt it, but I'm giving it a shot. I'm
I don't think
giving
there's
it a
anything
shot.
that's gonna do that, but
Dude, my boy Blue.
You're my boy Blue. But so revisiting an old classic honestly has been really cool, and I do recommend it. I gave away my code online not that long ago, so whoever got that, congratulations. You got 5 potentially bad movies. Yeah.
Okay.
I have a question for you, Mario.
Yes.
What are your feelings about the new movies?
So I don't. I watch both the World and Fallen Kingdom both in the movie theaters. I was excited for it to bring back. This is obviously pre Everyone Hates Chris Pratt when I first saw the first movie.
For sure,
for obvious reasons. And you know what? I was excited for it. There are moments in Jurassic World that I do genuinely like, but
that movie has good parts to it. It legit has really, really good parts to it.
But
I think as a cohesive story, it doesn't really come together that well.
It's stupid ass
But
characters.
they're just they're not the smartest characters, but like I think the premise is actually not too bad because like when you bring back, I think the premise of that movie is actually really
Yeah, the premise of it, to actually see the execution of it, to see what would Jurassic World or Jurassic Park look like in, let's just say, 2022, the way that they implemented,
Where would Samsung take Jurassic Park?
Yeah, where would Samsung 100% like totally decked it out with whites and blues and all types of stuff, and there's a Margaritaville in the town square. But it is interesting to see it from that aspect, and then for them to, obviously some bad's gonna happen, right? Cool, and they do this similar thing. It's similar but different. It's the best way to describe it. But I didn't want it to be similar to like Jaws 3D, which is all very much like the movie is. But ultimately, I'm okay with them. I'll say this. At the end of the day, I'm okay with them. The sequel, the second one, Fallen Kingdom, I think I'm less hot on because there was a lot of stuff in that movie that I just started like, what are we doing here? And like, again, it was all the way established in the first movie, so I'm not going to complain hard on it. These are not fucking dinosaurs. These are sci-fi creatures that were created to resemble dinosaurs. They are a mixture of both DNA from this mosquito and bullfrog DNA, which then created these things, right? These are not what velociraptors supposedly really looked like. These are not what T-Rexes look like. This is their creations. And so when you get into the World Series, they're like, well, what if we fucking started mixing all their DNA and making monsters? Now, I don't like that because I like traditional dinosaurs. Don't get me wrong. However, it's not far from the realm of the story. They basically were kind of setting that up to begin with. All the way till there's a fucking abomination in the second one. Now
there's the third one coming out, right?
That's why I'm gearing up to watch all of them, because Jurassic Park Dominion, I think we watched the trailer on this channel. I don't even remember if we did or not. But basically, it sounds like it's the culmination of both series, of both the park and the World Series, with majority of the characters coming back. And I don't know how I feel about that, because whenever we have a series like that, like Scream 5, right? Whenever you bring back old characters, especially in a series that's all about people dying, I'm always afraid. Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I don't want this, man. They got. I mean, don't get me wrong. Lost World and 3 are not the greatest, but at least they have like solid endings, I would assume.
I need one scene in the new one where Alan is sleeping, and all of a sudden a velociraptor just says, Alan, and then he just wakes up. Yeah, I need that scene. I need that
That's
scene.
That's the third movie. Right, by the way, that's in the third movie. But yeah,
the third one was so dumb.
Yeah, that's the next one I have to watch. So I'm about to see if that holds up. But ultimately, it's cool to see all of them together. I don't know how I feel about it. I love the premise of the third one. Don't get me wrong. The fact that the dinosaurs are all over the world now. They're not. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's wrong. They're only in America.
Yeah, they're only America.
They're only in America. So fuck you, America.
Fuck America.
But I'm curious to see how they're able to navigate that and what the plot of it even is. I assume the dinosaurs and the humans can't coexist, which was the plot of the first movie. So we'll see how that goes. But at the end of the day, it's just more movies. Don't be too bad about it.
I just want a Dino Crisis movie.
Of course.
Just make that movie. Somebody, just not the Resident Evil people.
Just make the game.
Yeah, is it like what Crafty did? Is it scooting? He was scooting around Italy and stuff, so it feels like we're back in like the real world.
No, that's not Italy. As far as
that's
I
not
know.
Italy.
No,
okay.
Hold on. I think it was Alamo. Give me 1 second. I think it's Texas.
Yeah.
Let me triple check. They do get on a plane at one point, so I might be wrong on that. But the whole thing was they took all the animals to America and then let them go. So, who knows? I'll triple check.
So
it's possible, but they were all in America in the last movie, so it wouldn't make sense. So I don't know.
So the last thing that I've been for watching wise, I started Severance today, which is a Apple TV Plus show. It's got Adam Scott in it, which is awesome because I really like him as an actor.
Is that the like Office one
Yes.
where you have to forget what happens in the office?
Yes. So
I thought ads for it when I was watching Suspicion.
Yeah. So the premise is that you have this thing happen to where you go to work and you forget what you do. So it severs your personal life from your work life. So when you get to your work life, your personal life has no recollection of what you did at your work life, and then when you get out of your work life, your personal life has no recollection of what you did in your work life. So it's a very interesting way of like telling a story, and like I've only watched the first episode so far for it. I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued by this show because because one, I like Adam Scott a lot, so I think he kills it in this first episode that I watched, and like just the way that it opens as well, and like characters just trying to like there's a brand new character that comes into like the office, and like this place is all run by this place called Lumen, and like they're the ones that like pioneered this stuff, and like this is like apparently it's like a controversial thing to do in this world because like a lot of people don't like this whole thing because everybody's like some people are just living their normal lives and all that kind of type thing. So it's very, very interesting. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Apple TV Plus show too. So that's also something that I don't think I would ever watch an Apple TV Plus show. But
shout out to the people who have iPhones, I guess.
Hold on, Ted Lasso.
I'm not a big fan. I watched like the first couple episodes of it. I was like,
you gotta keep going,
I get people are excited because it was like a feel good show. Like everybody wants to feel good after it. But like, I want some actual stakes. And, like I want people to be
there's stakes.
depressed.
No, yeah, that happens. That does happen.
I want to be depressed after hours.
That
Are
fucking
we
happens.
talking medium rare? Are we talking well done?
Good
How many
shows. I
seasons are
only
there?
want to watch shows that make me feel like shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
I started watching Severance. The first scene is with the lady that's when Adam Scott gets introduced to the show. He's just crying in his car. I was like, all right, let's see where my
to clarify, Crafty Gamer, it looks like they're in Malta City for the Raptor stuff, which Malta City is what you're saying. You're correct. Oh wait,
Italy.
Is it Italy? It
Sounds like
Italy.
Malta sounds like a
Maltese?
quarter Maltese.
Quarter
Isn't
Maltese.
that where isn't that where Bane is from or some shit?
No. Yeah, that's
quarter Maltese. Quarter Maltese. No, that's like a Suicide Squad thing. It's like an island, isn't it?
That is his island, I thought. It doesn't matter. Anyways, Severance. I'm really excited to start that. It's on Apple Plus. Mythic Quest, also a lot of fun. And I just watched After Party. That's another fantastic show that you would probably like, Harv. Because there's actual stakes because someone will go to jail for murder in that one.
Depressing as fuck.
It's by the guys who did 21 Jump Street and the Lego movies and Spider-Man Across the Universe. So you would actually enjoy that one. Tiffany Haddish.
I'm not saying that I like I'm like I get depressed when I watch the show. No. One thing I'm probably shitting on Apple Plus 100% because come on now.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I like this seems like it's a slow burn. Like this show Severance seems like it's gonna be a slow burn, which I love. I love those kind of shows so much, where it just goes from episode to episode. This we were talking about Stranger Things before. We were talking about like a lot of these other shows, like these like thriller shows. Once the mystery is gone, it kind of like loses its luster, like we talked about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
This is the reason why I like these slow burn shows because like we know what the premise of the show is, but like we got to know how these characters are going to interact with the premise that's thrusted upon them. That is why I like these slow burn kind of shows.
Did you ever watch Bojack Horseman?
Oh, fuck!
I watched the first season.
Okay, you should watch that because you love depressing shit, and that show is depressing 100% from episode 1 to the end.
Do I need to call somebody?
We good?
You good?
Okay, are you okay, friend?
Have you tried Ted Lasso?
Call someone. You want to know why? Because someone fucking shit on a show that's supposed to be about super it's all it is. It's about people who make cakes to look like items.
Oh my god, this show is so bad.
Oh my god!
How dare you, dude? How dare you shit on the proverbial bed that is that TV show?
I think it's more the host that makes it just so bad.
I've never heard it all over that show, bro. What's wrong with you?
Who's the host?
And I don't think it was okay. We don't know who it is. Honestly,
what's the name of the show again?
It's a cake. It is on Netflix. And I just wanted to, honestly, the other day we were
people wonder why they're losing 200,000 subscribers at a time.
Well, they should be okay. So I wanted to watch something.
It's the dude from SNL.
Is it?
Oh,
yes.
We don't know.
Mikey Day.
All I wanted to do was watch something like a little bit lighthearted, something I could just like put on in the background while I was getting ready for the 6-1 indie mini showcase this week, and Harv just shit on the show from
I did come in hot that day because I haven't slept yet because I was working on the Elden Ring stuff that's coming out soon. So I was just working on that, and then I came into because we were reacting to the 6-1 indie thing afterwards.
Yeah, because
and I haven't went to bed yet.
This man comes into Discord and then instantly says, "I have no layouts for today," and I'm like, "Okay, let's restart."
That
today.
was on me. That was on me.
Yeah, I know, but I was just like, "Okay, let's restart. I'm working on
Harv's
this. How
coming
are you
hot
doing
at
today,
9
Harv?"
a.m.
Harv was like hot from like that moment, and I didn't think that like. So I thought maybe if I put something on like, "Is it cake?" won't aggravate Harv in this apparent mindset that Harv was in. It was the complete opposite. He's sitting here just like, "This is the stupidest show I've ever watched," and he's just like, "Why is it so?" Obviously, this isn't a cake. Like, why don't they understand this? Why don't they see this? And I'm just like, Harv, it's literally just fun. It's what is happening?
Okay, I think the host just really got on my nerves for the show.
Yeah.
I don't think he does a good job hosting that show at all. I think
Well,
I think what he literally
okay.
what he really wanted to do was use a big sword and cut stuff. That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Also,
literally all he wants to do.
he said he
all I
didn't know
ever
what
wanna do.
fondant was. Like, if you're hosting Is It Cake and you don't know what fondant is,
He's
obviously,
an SNL comedian.
did they just shut him off in the mid 2000s and 2010s? Because that's all anything was on TV, which was like Cake Boss, like what is it? Make it cakes
I'm
and
not gonna lie to you,
whatever.
I know nothing
Alton
about
Brown. You like
Alton Brown.
cakes. No,
Do you like
Also,
Good
there was
Eats?
this
I
like
know Rachel Ray. Does that count?
Oh my god.
That's all
what
I
about what's Good Eats? What was the other show? How It's Made? Not How It's Made. They had like a food version of How It's Made. You know what I'm talking about, right, Fee?
Yeah, okay, there was like Ace of Cakes too. I forget the other one that you're referring to. But yeah, there was like
Cupcake Wars, Spring
Cupcake
Baking
Wars.
Championship.
You know what?
There was a
Frank, I'm
yeah, Good Eats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Harv, I'm on your
Good
side.
Eats.
Fuck
There's
the
like
show.
hey, fuck you, man.
What is it like? I get like this. This
that was,
is
that
it
was
cake?
silence was deadly.
Is it cake? Is it cake came from TikTok? And they're like, Netflix is like, all right, TikTok, we got you. We
wait,
got
did you just hate on Good Eats?
No, I didn't hate on
Okay.
Good Eats. No, I'm talking about is it cake?
Okay.
I'm talking about is it cake?
Yeah, don't you
Good Eats
ever
is fine.
disrespect Alton Brown on this podcast.
Did
No,
you
I have-
ever-
I don't know. No, I was talking about is it cake?
Yeah,
I was,
is it cake?
I was about to start kicking people out of this podcast if you do not like Alton
this
Brown.
podcast is prematurely
I-
ending
I
due
grew
to Alton
up
Brown hate.
on freaking
no.
Food Network.
I had nothing
They're about to
against-
throw
I have nothing
people
against
out.
No, nothing against that. I'm just talking about is it cake. That's it.
Yeah, fuck
I mean,
Rachel
that's
Ray.
valid.
All right, Frank, we're gonna bullet point this for you. Okay, you got Valorant, Overwatch, Cyberpunk, and 14. We've all been we're all gonna be coming back to 14 now, anyways, right? So that's we get to discuss that at some point. But
Yeah.
Valorant, Overwatch, Cyberpunk.
So yeah, I've been playing Valorant with some friends, Reagan, notably Ponatonic, Mel. They got me to finally install this game, even though I did not want to install this game. They finally convinced me to do it, so I did, and I'm actually having a lot of fun. It just plays like Counter-Strike with heroes, but there's a little bit more to it. I'll talk about it more when I actually play it more. I'll be honest with you, this weekend's been like, I come home from work and I just kind of watch something and then just go to sleep. So I haven't really been playing too many games, but I've been playing Cyberpunk actually a lot. I don't know if I already talked about the fact that I restarted Cyberpunk at some point.
You did.
Okay, yeah. So everybody already knows I restarted Cyberpunk. Still having a blast with it. Already towards the end of the game. I've already put an extra 100 hours into this game so far. So yeah, it's great. I love it. I still love this game. And then we started playing Overwatch every now and again. We started playing Overwatch again every now and again, and I still like that game. I know Blizzard has a bad rap, and fuck Bobby Kotick, and fuck everybody who in that
Fuck
studio
Facebook.
was doing some fucked up shit. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I mean, the game's still there. That you can't take the game away, right? So I decided, you know what, screw it. Let's try it out. Let's play it. See how this game still plays. And there's still some stuff to love there. They have a lot to work with for Overwatch 2, and I hope that they do that. They actually put out a lot of Overwatch 2 news this weekend. If you guys have been paying attention to like Twitter and stuff like that, characters have been, reworked. They're talking about the reworks and stuff like that. For example, Bastion can now run in turret mode. He can move around in turret mode now. So he's just a tank. Yeah, I like Harv's thing. They've made some changes to him that make that change like worth it. But there's some changes, like for example, like the tank mode for him is being reworked entirely.
Okay.
because he's already a tank. So what's the point of having a tank mode? Yeah, so I'm interested. I'm kind of interested to see what they do with the new game. It's still very unclear of how Overwatch 1 is integrating into Overwatch 2. If it's like, are the skins going to move over? Or what's moving over? What's not moving over? Is it even worth playing Overwatch 1 anymore? Because if they're going to overhaul the whole game and let's say there's new skins for the new one, why even work towards skins for the old one, right? But yeah, no, I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's Overwatch. You know what I mean? If anybody's ever played Overwatch, you know how it is. It's still kind of a pretty decent, fun hero shooter in a very stale hero shooter market. But we will see more of Overwatch probably soon when they finally release Overwatch 2. So I'm excited for that. Other than that, I haven't really been playing or watching much of anything. I've been kind of more working. Work has been pretty nice. I like our new job. Our new job is super cool. Hour-long breaks. Every job should have that. Honestly, it's honestly changed my mental state there. Because when you only get 30 minutes for a break, let's be real here. You can't really do much in that 30 minutes.
No.
I mean, by law, you should have an hour break, right?
By law, you should have an hour break. 100%.
You should.
Should.
Yeah, 30 for lunch, 2 15s.
You should.
Yeah. Well, we get our full hour like straight up.
No,
Like
yeah, you
100%
combine,
all out.
no, but you
Yeah.
combine all those into one, right? So that makes an hour.
I guess I don't know if we can necessarily whenever we just need like a break, we just kind of walk in the back and chill for a minute. So
Yeah, because it's not
they don't really.
it's not a high demand job sometimes, but sometimes it can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Frank,
I've been having fun.
to add to that, honestly, that's why I like going breaks on myself, because it's just like cone of silence. I don't need to deal about the world for that 1 hour, and then I could just do whatever I'm doing. Mostly watching YouTube. That's mostly what I'm doing.
It's a good reset. And our back room, the lights turn off after a little bit because it's motion activated. So I was tempted to like go back there one day and just like fall asleep back there and just take a nap. Do a lot. Yeah, you do it out. It's not a paid 1 hour break, but we get there 30 minutes early. We leave 30 minutes after. So technically, we get there at 9:30. We leave at 6:30. We're technically only working from 9 to 6. So but even in those 30 minutes, I don't know if we get paid for those minutes. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But anyway, we wind up staying past 30 minutes anyway most of the time.
You get paid when you clock in.
Yeah. You get paid when you clock in. But yeah, no, other than that, it's been pretty damn good. I haven't really been doing much lately. But I will be doing something, and I guess this is my formal announcement of this. I will be reviewing this baby right here. I don't know if you can see it on camera. I'll put it on this side here.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, I'll put it on this side over here. Yeah, I'm gonna be reviewing this baby right here. This is one of my first work purchases because I desperately needed one. I don't have the other mouse with me right now just because I threw it across the room before the podcast started. And I picked myself finally picked myself up a G Pro wireless. I've been wanting one of these for years now at this point, and I decided when I bought a mouse that I'll just go with the Razer one that Mario's holding, and he's holding one of the extra ones I bought. And I love this mouse so much. I'm going to be doing a review for it for PiP at some point, and it's going to be a blast. Wow, your mouses suck. Except Fee's. Fee's got a G Pro too. Do you? Was that
a
G Pro?
regular Logitech? You know where I got this? This is a funny story. So the first summer of COVID, I was on campus and staying in summer housing, and you get half off summer housing if you work at the school during the summer. So I started working as a custodial assistant, and so we were deep cleaning all of the dorms over the summer to get them ready for fall term, right? And anything that was left in the rooms was donated, but before it was donated, it was just left out in the lobbies. And I was walking through the lobby, and I saw this mouse, and I went, I'm in need of a new mouse.
There you go.
And I grabbed it.
Quick question. Yeah. You just opened up a Pandora's box. I have to ask 2 questions. How many bongs were donated?
I don't remember seeing any bongs.
Okay.
Damn.
That's a tame ass fucking
That is a
residence
tame-
right there.
I was gonna say.
What was this?
Who's gonna leave their bongs?
Oh, plenty of people.
Plenty of
They
people
all
leave their
took them.
bongs.
You've ever had a shitty bong? It sucks. You don't want to take that with
You're
you.
gonna tell me you didn't find no drugs in any of those dorms? Not even a little bit of weed? Not even a little bit.
It was already
By
picked
the time
before they
we
even
got
seen
there,
it.
Yeah.
So the resident assistants at the end of term have to go through and check all the
Oh,
rooms.
so they
And
took all
then
the
they
bongs.
can
They
run
took all the
there.
bongs.
So what you're
They
saying is the
already did
residents
all
are
that.
They took the
shit.
bongs and the pencil holders and the vibrators. Okay, got it.
Yeah, they already scavenged all that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, they took all the good shit. I do want to thank also while we're here, Nardog. Thank you so much for subscribing. Appreciate it, homie.
What was
Good
your
months.
second question, Mario?
Come
I snuck it in.
on.
I snuck it in there when we were all talking, so no one could hear me say it.
no,
I
heard
what
you.
you
I
said.
heard you.
We all heard you. We just chose to ignore you.
Thank you. Thank
I
you.
did not hear you.
Thank
I
you.
missed it.
I'll
On
text
the,
it to you. I'll say in the
last
chat.
thing on the note is Mario with Life is Strange, True Colors.
Hold on, I'm typing a bad word in the chat. Yes, so I'm not put.
Oh, yeah, Nardog, we're all well. Thank
we're
you
all
so
well.
much for subscribing. I'm just a little sleepy today.
I'm
How
watching.
do I,
God, what?
why are you the one on the PiP account right now?
Streaming.
Because I can't fucking ban you.
Can I mute him? Can I delete
You
this
can't
message?
mute him because he's the
You
fucking
can't
ban
mute
account.
yourself. God damn it.
What is vibrator a
log-
bad word?
What if you log into the PiP account? Will it just kick him out?
Harv, do you know what a vibrator is? Wait,
Yes,
I'm not
I
even.
know.
Oh my god.
Come on.
What's a
God.
vibrator?
Apparently, are being modded by my own team.
How is that? It's not a bad word. It's something that
Hold on.
vibrates.
You know what? Just because you just said it out
Yeah.
loud, give me 1 second.
What's a worse word? Is what's worse to say
I
out loud? Is
quit.
it dildo or
Oh shit!
vibrator?
It's not on the damn thing. I can't put it on the screen. I was gonna put the word. Anyways, since you said it out loud, I was just typing it in the chat. Yeah, true.
I guess nothing is as bad as
Life is
Fleshlight,
Strange.
right?
Life is Strange is pretty good, guys. I started the first 30 minutes of it because there's no game that I can't get out of my goddamn head. After Elden Ring, I still have to finish it. I'm 2 bosses, and I'll be fucking done.
He's
with that
almost
game.
done, guys. He's almost done.
I'm almost done, and then I can finally play other games. So,
Please clap.
I decided to put at least a couple minutes into Life is Strange True Colors. First of all, fucking beautiful game. They've really updated their engines from. I mean, obviously this is a totally different team, but man, the love and care that went into making Life is Strange games has finally upped its game to a big level. So the game is gorgeous. Along with, I think that the actual story is going to be a lot of fun. I'm very curious to see how it checks out. I'm already loving this town, some of the characters already. So really excited to live through the life of Alex and to see that life continue. I don't know. I know that Fee, you've not played any of the Life is Strange games. Is that correct? What's going on in the chat? Someone's distracted.
Nard made it funny.
No, I'm trying to put Nard stuff on the screen, but it won't let me for some reason. There we go. Boom.
I
There it
have
is.
not played a Life is Strange game before. Thank you for pointing that out. No, I have not played it. It is on Stadia,
Mm-hmm.
so I do have access to it. I do plan on playing it at some point. It's just not in my top 20 games that I currently need to play because I have a backlog that's
Totally.
miles long.
Meant. How many Nancy Drew games are in your backlog right now?
Oh, let's see. Good question, Frank. Good question indeed. Let's go check the good old
10 hours.
How many of them have
Google.
vibrators inside of them?
Oh,
Yeah, nobody answered my question. What's a worse? I didn't even hear what he said. What did he just say?
Nope, you're not repeating it, or I will kick you.
Okay.
it's like a find your device game.
Oh, I'm sure they have that. There's Apple AirTag now, you know?
Let's cut this out. All right. I'm sorry. We're gonna move on. Life is Strange. Check it out. It's really good.
How many do you have on your backlog right now? B, how many do you have?
I currently have 22 games that I currently.
There
need
were
to
so
play.
many Nancy Drew games.
Yeah,
Why
there's
is there
currently
so
33 out
many?
right now, and I've only purchased 22 of them.
Also, these Nancy Drew games have to like come into like the 20th century here or the 21st century, and like have like full screen and like have like Because like every time I feel like people are playing Nancy Drew games, they have a problem like with the aspect ratio for the game.
Sure,
and
yeah.
they're old, and nobody updated
Because
them
they're
because
old. They're from like the mid 2000s.
Haven't they? Haven't like
the
recent ones
newest
come
one
out?
is the newest one came
Yeah,
out
the
in
recent ones
2019.
the recent ones probably have those features.
2019, yes, it does on the 2019
Yeah.
one, but not
Okay,
the
okay.
older ones because the oldest one came out in like 2001.
They can
Yeah,
still update it.
remastered. Nancy Drew collection
Pixel
remastered.
like Final Fantasy.
Pixel remaster.
Sorry, my apologies. Secrets Can Kill came out in 1998. Stay Tuned to Danger came out in 1999.
Hey, Doom 2 came out in like 1989 or some shit, and it's been like remastered. So
And
Okay,
it works on
but they didn't-
Texas.
Doom 2. That's because Doom
Instrument.
2's on everything.
They got their remastered in 2010, so cut them some
Play
slack.
fucking Doom 2 on a TI 86.
yeah, no, I like the premise of the Nancy Drew games. I actually wanted to like get into one, but I don't want to get into the older ones because like I want to actually.
Okay,
I wanted to
Harv.
look nice.
Harv, when I decide to inevitably go through all of these games, once I get to one that has a aspect ratio that you approve of, I will invite you.
Fucking spoiler alert, Harv. None of them have widescreen fucking form like.
Dude,
ultra
I've been
wide
having so
formats.
many. Dude, I've had so much problem with widescreen. I'm thinking of just going back to my regular monitor.
Yes,
and just
everybody
putting-
knows ultra
Oh my
wide
God.
suck for gaming.
Yeah,
Once
they're
again,
so bad.
I
for
am
gaming.
going to put it out there. I do not take any responsibility for that purchase of Harv.
No, I the reason
Okay,
like,
good.
I want to keep it. Like I like the thing for like watching shit. I
You
fucking
can't
love it.
return it now. It's
100%.
been over a month,
Yeah.
buddy.
It's a good like ultra wides I've always been good for media and always been good for creating media, right? Because
Yeah.
it's basically two monitors that you can kind of do it.
Yeah.
But like for games, since no games actually support the fucking aspect ratio, you wind up having a screen that's like
It's-
this and then black.
Honestly, no, it's not even that. Like I know because I know Elden Ring can if you kind of like hack it a little bit, it can,
Mhm.
and Fortnite doesn't all that kind of stuff. For me, it's more streaming wise. Streaming just doesn't.
Oh yeah.
That's the problem. Streaming just doesn't. So for me, it's like I would probably go back to my other monitor for streaming wise and play games off that because
Yeah, no.
Just get two computers, have two stations now. You know what I mean?
I am gonna do a dual PC setup here soon. So
No. Once I finish Chinatown Detective Agency, I plan on going back to the Nancy Drew series. So,
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, from the first one, even though it glitched the fuck out the last time I tried to play it on stream. And a scream happened while I was in the library when it shouldn't have happened because it was like the end game,
I was glitched out.
but it glitched out. So
That's
it
creepy.
was weird because I was just like, do, just going through the library. And then it's just like high pitched, like blood curdling scream. And I'm like, okay, I'm leaving the library now. Why is the death music playing? I don't understand.
all right, well that is everything we've been playing and watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get right into
Yeah.
the patch notes.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm not
So
usually
so
this
this
is
week-
where I start speaking, but I'm not speaking this week, so
this week we had pretty much the 6-1 indie showcase that happened on Thursday,
Tuesday. 20th.
Tuesday.
The 20th.
One-
was it
Yeah.
Tuesday or was it Wednesday? Or is it Thursday?
Was it Wednesday?
It's Wednesday. It'd be Wednesday. It'd be
Maybe
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It was
20th.
Wednesday.
Yeah,
It is, yeah. Wednesday.
Were you not?
It
Wait, hold on. Was it
was
Wednesday?
It was Wednesday. It was the 20th.
Wednesday, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It kicked
Maybe,
off.
yeah, bro.
It kicked off PAX East, which is happening right now as we speak over in Boston. But we had some awesome showcase. And shout out to 6-1 Indie.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kyle and Mike for hosting it.
Woo.
Shout out to the entire team at 6-1 Indie over there for putting their hard work and giving us awesome trailers for some awesome games. They nailed it. They did a really, really good job. But yeah, no, this was pretty much a half-hour show with a lot of different games, a lot of different indies that pretty much went through the entire spectrum of like either something that you like or something that's not you're not feeling, but like it really had everything. The show really, really did have everything that you're looking for. So I kind of want to go down the list of everybody something that you guys like. So Mario, I'm going to start with you. Out of the list of the games that were there at the showcase, what is something that really like? What are a couple of games that like really kind of caught your attention?
Yeah. So I'm actually showing off some of the games on the screen so you can see this here. The few games that, well, I'll tell you what, and this is, I'm shocked that no one of you messaged me directly to let me know that there's going to be a wrestling game and that it's a dating simulator called Wrestling with Emotions from Team Laserbeam, which I looks awesome, which I did not know. This is a sequel. This is actually a sequel game. You could buy the first game now. And I believe Team Laserbeam has a PAX sale right now in itch.io. You could buy like almost all their games for like half off right now. And so I will be buying this game, the first one, and trying it out. But basically the premise of it is you are a wrestler within the promotion scene, and it looks like you're trying to, it looks like a dating sim. So it looks like you get to connect with other wrestlers and other fun things. And then this is, of course, is the New Kids on the Block, which I assume is like the next generation of wrestlers. So I personally was like really down for that. I'm not going to hog all the rest of the games because I'm sure they will all have like a game specifically, but I'll talk about that one specifically as that's a Mario game. That's a dating simulator directed at me. And so I was very much happy to see that. So there's a lot of great games on there, but I'm gonna let everyone talk about it. And whatever we miss, I'll bring it up later.
How about you, Sly? What kind of games caught your attention?
My game of the show was End of Lines, which is like it's a like visual novel adventure interactive type story game, which is like totally my vibe. It's gorgeous. It's about like climate change, world devastation, all fun topics. Super lighthearted.
Oh
It's
yeah,
gonna be depressing as shit. I cannot wait. And it looks beautiful.
the art style looks really really good. That one was like one of like the outlying ones for me when it came to the art style.
Nothing like the dangers of environmental collapse to get me going.
Yeah, I thought it looked interesting because it reminded me a lot like Firewatch, and I wanted another game like that, and so very much interested for that.
The
one that- the
Firewatch
Firewatch one
lookalike was Arctic Awakening.
My bad.
Yeah,
my bad.
That's
my bad.
Yeah.
Which also looks great. I'm
Yes.
super excited for Arctic Awakening as well. But that was the one that had major Firewatch vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was one of my games. Well, one of my games was Arctic Awakening because like I like a story driven game. Firewatch, it sucks that Campo Santos is not going to be making any more games. Which like I was really excited for. What was their game called?
Valley of the
Gods. Yeah, they had like a whole trailer for it. It was like so good, like so fucking good. But yeah, they're not going to be making that anymore. So, Fee, what about you?
Okay. So I'm gonna play this out with 3 different particular games. Starting off with the game that I want to play, which is Garden Path by Carrot Cake. It is adorable. It has kind of like the essence of Don't Starve, but at the same time, it has a very like calm, mellow feel to it. Everything's going fantastic. And you just kind of like it's just like a calming little game where you go around and you're like harvesting and fishing and everything's going great. So that was like what I want. What actually like typically happens on a regular basis is don't buy this game, which is by Kingblade Games. This entire trailer, and I'm going to say this is a play-by-play of Mario messaging me on Monday about thumbnails. It's just like, oh, me looking at really cute videos of dogs or kitty cats or otters. And then me being like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm sitting here in Discord and Mario hops in and I'm like, oh yeah, I totally have the thumbnail ready. And then it's just like, oh fuck, I don't have the thumbnail ready. It's just me panicking. It's just like, let me just throw something together. I got this. And then and you can specifically put it to the timestamp, Mario. At 40 seconds, we'll just get to that point because we're almost there. At 40 seconds, everyone who has ever worked with me when it comes to thumbnails and brainstorming, you know the specific screen. And we're going to get to it in just a second here. Right there, that 40-second mark, if you go back where it was like the Photoshop screen, that is literally every single time like anyone's just like, oh, we should like think of like an idea. I always have that on my fucking screen. Oh, it's the one that has like the writing that says like remind yourself to like work on the thumbnail or like work on the video. There's a to-do list.
It's right before the green thing comes up.
Oh, it's because I have like I'm looking at the trailer itself. So it's like this, and then it goes to the
That,
yeah
right?
that
Yep, that right there.
reminder. That is something I always have on my fucking screen because I always am writing notes in Photoshop so I can just reference that. Like I have sticky notes all over my freaking like desk. Like my desk has like works related sticky notes. I have screenshot, like not screenshot, but like PiP stuff related sticky notes. I have random sketches and doodles. And then I have like reminders for myself, and one includes a remind yourself to work on thumbnails. So it's just like this is so me. This is the type of game that's definitely like me in a video game. And then the one game I don't want to play, but I'm gonna probably end up playing because for some reason that was the one that like people keep on poking me about.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Is Backrooms Exploration. I do not like the idea of Backrooms. For people who
I
are
love
not familiar with
Backrooms. I love it.
people who are not familiar with Backrooms, it is a creepypasta on the internet that explains that you are in an area such as a grocery store, a movie theater, at the doctor's office. You try to leave through a specific door and you're not able to leave because you are then thrown into another world, another area, another like landscape, whatever it might be, or like thought space or whatever is going on there. It's never normal. And you just can't, like, you keep on opening a door and you think that that's going to be the end. It's essentially like when you're in a dream and you're trying to get out of the dream, but you can't leave it. That's what a back room is, or at least the idea of the back
idea
room.
of it. Yeah, it's often depicted as like a yellow wall that kind of looks like an office room, but with nothing in it, like flat, empty, nothing on the walls, nothing on the ceilings, really weird fluorescent lighting in there. And the idea being that no matter which corner you take, you're always back where you started and there's literally no way out, but you can constantly hear things in the background that could be around, but you don't know where they are.
Yeah, it is not what I want to play, but for some reason, everyone's just like, "Hey, Fee, you want to play this game?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to play this game." And even 6-1 Indies is like, "Hey, Fee, you want to play this game with us?" And I'm like,
Even
no,
the game company was like, "Fee, you should play this game."
Yeah. They follow me on Twitter too.
They follow us as well.
Yeah.
I may have DM'd them and asked them, "Hey, Fee wants to play this game."
Mario. I honestly, I would play it. I would definitely try it out.
I think this game looks great. Because I didn't know about this creepypasta at all.
I love
I
this
guess it just went over.
creepypasta so
I
much.
guess went over my head. I thought Backroom Explorations was something else.
Yeah.
Well, like there's a specific, like, for some reason one night while I was scrolling through TikTok, I ended up on like Backroom TikTok. I don't know how I ended up there, but it was just like this person walks into a movie theater, they look around, they're like, "Wait, the movie theater is closed." And then they're like, they open a door to try to get out, and they're not able to get out. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I keep on getting these back room specific TikToks every so often. It's because I follow this like phenomenal animator who I'm very sorry, I forget your name off the top of my head, but it's always like they like 3D animate like you're like in the middle of the ocean. These are great TikToks for Harv. It's just like this scuba diver under the ocean and they see like some fish, and then they see like this massive gigantic colossic fish that's going towards you and like swallows you whole. Like right before it swallows you whole, that's when the TikTok starts up again. So it's just like,
I think the premise is great. I think that's a great premise.
Oh yeah, 100%. I love the back room so much.
Yeah, where you go to a door and you go to a different place, and you go to another door and you go to a different place.
well, enjoy.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be probably enjoying it too, because this seems to be the path I'm going on currently, which is going to inevitably play this game.
Yeah,
I hope this game is good. I really do hope this game is good. I think it's being kickstarted right now, right?
Oh, is
Maybe.
it?
I think there's a Kickstarter
I'll be
for
real
it.
with you. It weirds me out that they're making a Backrooms game, but there's already a Backrooms game. So I'm wondering like how they changed the lore up a little bit, because there is a game called The Backrooms, and you can play that, and it looks just like The Backrooms.
I think it's a straight demo, right?
I don't know if the original one was a demo. I don't know if this one is a demo, but like I know people have played the Backrooms game before. People meme on it all the time. The people add like Karl Esposito in there and stuff like that. With The Rock. You know, they meme on the Backrooms all the time. It's great.
This is going to be different.
Yeah.
But I think,
The Rock's too busy making a Take-Two game now, apparently.
no, isn't it Take-Two in the like TV show or movie?
It's a movie called It Takes Two.
Yeah, it
That's
Takes
based
Two.
off the hit called It Takes Two.
Fuck the
Oh, with The
Oscars guy.
I
Rock?
know what the game is.
No, he's
Harv.
producing it. He's producing it. We don't know if he's in
Okay, I
it.
was about to say. He's probably
Yeah.
in it.
No, I think he's just producing. I don't think he's actually gonna be in it.
Which I mean, he just
It's produced by his company called $7, right? So like, I think
Yeah.
it's just this company that's
Why
doing
is
it.
it $7?
Because he only has $7 in his wallet at some point, and then he said that that's significant. It was something like that. He only had $7 at that one particular moment, and then he bought something, and then it was just something.
That's what-
It's a story.
It's
There's
rock
wrting
lore.
dates
It's
from
rock lore.
from what I remember. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rock lore. Well, Crafty says stop making everything a movie. I agree, Crafty, but also stop putting Dwayne the Rock Johnson in everything, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about you, Frank? What do you?
Was there anything? Did you end up watching this?
I watched a little bit of it just to see our boys, but other than that, not really. But I will tell you, my favorite game out of all of these is definitely the Pogo Champ one, because it sounds like Pog Champ and it looks dumb and fun.
You mean Pogo?
I know what it's. I know how to say it. It's just I rather call it
He knows.
Pogo
Pogo?
Champ.
He just does that. He just does.
If he
the
can rep
thing.
his brand, he's gonna do it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
I want
no,
to play
that one
this
looks
game.
pretty good.
This game also caught my mind, which is the
Loom.
no Bloom also
The
looks
Star
good.
Fox game. Look kind of like Star Fox.
Star Fox game. The music, the trailer music got me immediately. I was like, this is fantastic. However, there's like going to be 4 of these kind of games coming out in the next few years, so we'll see
Well,
how
that
that
just seems
goes.
to be like the same because there was a lot of like
Whisker Squadron.
Pokemon Snap.
Who's the other
There was a
one?
lot of Pokemon Snap games last year, and
There
now it's going
was.
to be a lot of Star Fox.
You know what? Pogo Champ reminds me of a little bit, like the graphic style. It reminds me of
Happy
Mount My
Wheels.
Friends.
Does-
Mount My Friends is another
Little
one.
bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Happy Wheels a little bit. Honestly, I think the game I'm actually excited for, I just didn't see the trailer for it yet, is the Backrooms one. I love the Backrooms creepypasta. Funny enough, I think I mentioned that before the 6-1 Indie Pod thing, like this week, actually.
Yeah.
I was showing you a video on the guy getting chased by Giancarlo Esposito and The Rock in the Backrooms.
That's funny.
So it's funny coincidence there.
Also, Lucid looks awesome too by Matt Black Studios. That looks fucking. This looks like Celeste.
Yeah.
When we were reacting to it, Nano was talking. I was saying Celeste, and he said The Messenger. Put those two together, it kind of reminds. It's like yeah, you put those two games together. That's
see
what
that.
Lucid kind of
Fuck
reminds me of.
yeah.
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 Crafty Gamer Leader says Songs of Glimerick is her most anticipated, which I think. Hey, I love the way they phrase that in the thing.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
like to be a Wizardly fan is kind of difficult right now. To have this be an alternative, I think is really awesome.
Yeah. Our Harmony's Odyssey is that the which one was that? Was that the one with
That's like all the
hidden object
multiplayer,
game? That's the hidden object game.
hidden object
Yeah.
multiplayer game. This one right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Which actually looks really, really cool. I think that looks like a really, really cool game.
it's cute.
If you put in the notes here, there's something for the play date, like a procedurally generated.
Yeah, so
party game.
Bloom. There's a game called Bloom. It came out. It's coming out for the play date. Does anybody have any anticipation of buying a play date? It's
Probably
like,
Won't
not
get it
until
until
it's
next
about-
year.
yeah,
that-
it's $200 hardware, right? So it's $200
Yeah.
for the actual play date itself.
Yeah,
I don't
And
know. That's 1/5. That's 2/5 of a fucking Steam Deck for me. I'm like, maybe $100 I'd buy one of those, but at $200 I'll pass.
I'm happy it exists, but I just don't think it's for me. So if you are definitely in the indie scene and this is some of your jam, it's cool the fact that this is a thing, but it's not for me.
Yeah, I think until like somebody big makes something for it, maybe it'll like catch on a little bit more. But
Well,
I
like
don't know if
Castlevania
it'll-
create like there's actual people that are like making stuff for it that are like were huge names, but yeah, you're right. Like it's still going to be. What I love is the model for it, which is you're paying 180, right? You're getting your device, but you're also getting a season of 24 games. So I think that's kind of cool. And then with seasons to happen almost right after that season's over. But other than that, honestly, like I said, it's just not for me. There's just too many things out there. I don't even necessarily think I want a Steam Deck. I don't think I need another thing in my life personally.
I'd rather have a Steam Deck than a Switch, honestly. But
Yeah.
yeah. So Crafty was saying going into the demo for Don't Buy This Game. It takes a turn that I wasn't expecting, that I wasn't ready for, and I can't wait for it. There's a bunch of modes for that puzzle, hidden objects. Oh, that's the puzzle. Okay, that's the other one. Yeah.
I want to play Alienate with everybody. That looks so fun.
Yeah. Don't buy this game. Kind of looks like, to me at least, like if you took Stanley Parable and made that game all about procrastination.
Is it the same dev?
No.
Is it the same dev?
No.
Hello, what's its name's name?
Very
Hello,
different.
Hello Crows. Hello Crows. Something Crows.
Here,
Yeah,
I'll
because
put it.
I saw somebody else comparing that game to Stanley Parable.
It was
Yeah,
kind of funny.
Was it them that was doing that? Yeah,
I'll bet.
very
Yeah.
much. There's no game vibes. Yeah,
I don't know. It just gives me like anxiety because it's just like literally watching my process as a video game, which is procrastination and looking at cute animal photos.
Wait, is this a survival game that's on the screen right now? Is this a survival game?
This is the Fire Watch game we were talking about.
Does that have survival elements in it? I might give it a shot if it has survival
it's a
elements.
walk-in simulator.
yeah.
never mind.
Arctic Awakening. Yeah, That game looks so. So for me, it was
Looks
that
good, though.
game. That game looked really really cool.
Yeah.
The other one was what's it called here? X Zodiac was the other one that I'm really really excited about.
Yeah,
which
the,
is out for right now
This one.
on early access. It is pretty much Star Fox. Like it is Star Fox.
Yeah.
It's what Star Fox should be, in my opinion. And it looks really really cool. I'm gonna jump into it at some point.
Yeah.
Um,
Soundtrack sounds amazing from the trailer.
yeah. So I'm excited for that. I think those are two main games that I really Alienate and Lucid was the other one, but we already talked about Lucid.
Yeah,
but,
Lucid's definitely.
yeah, Alienate. I love trivia games so much. They're like one of my favorite genres. So I'm excited for that game to come out too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a big
Yeah.
fan. But yeah,
Anything else from the 6180 showcase that we're hyped about?
Other than
I gotta actually go and watch the rest of these videos too, by the way.
They killed it. I do recommend watching the showcase if you have not seen it. All the way through, they managed to keep a cadence, jokes, and all types of fun things. I love the fact that they gave away free games in the background. I thought that was really cute. How they introduced obviously PD, which is in the video for people watching. I moved away the screen, but anyways, yeah, really really well done especially for an outfit that is is a champion of video games. Very small team. Getting this opportunity is a win for not just them; it's a win for all of us. And to see them succeed in this way, honestly, just makes it even better for all of us. So that's why I'm very happy that this exists, and that I'm very sad that we're not at PAX. Obviously, it was a personal decision on my end. The reason why I decided not to go, but in the future, I'm excited to see what potentially we could do. Maybe cameos. That'd be great. Let me know. I'm saying it out loud. Give us some cameos.
Wait, okay.
What?
I was about to say, I'm like, please don't say you want to go on Cameo because we're not going to get anything. I don't know.
I don't know what you think you're getting.
You're gonna find me on those other sites before you find my cameo.
oh.
Oh my God. No. This is a great place to end it.
Yeah, this is a great place to end it.
Oh,
Shout out to everybody who showed up in chat today. Appreciate it.
We love you guys.
Yeah, I just want to say 6180 killed it. And go to 6180.com/showcase. See all the games. They have a really good website there too to like show all the games off and get all the links to like different places. Their Kickstarter, their Steam wish list, all that kind of stuff. So just go over there. I think that's the amount of news that we're going to be talking about this week. That was I think that's one of the biggest thing that happened this week, honestly.
Yeah, that and Telltale's making a Borderlands 2, Tales from the Borderlands 2 thing, but I think only like 2 of us have played that game.
New characters, new world, new world. Yeah, I guess new worlds, and then new story altogether. I don't know how I feel about it personally, but it's cool that they use the name. I guess.
And that the lead animator guaranteed today that God of War is coming out this year. We'll find out why. I do not want to be him. I don't want to be him right now.
Please be patient.
Yeah.
Oh, you never guarantee these things. You never say that it's going to come out.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. But anyway, that's the show.
But Frank, where can everybody find you?
You can find me at Twitch at TheFrankGV and at my new job because that's where I live now. You can find me at
I don't know if I want to see you at your job.
Oh man, I'm better at my job than I am
Tell
here.
me about it.
Please don't stalk us at our jobs.
Oh yeah, please do. Actually, buy me lunch. You could find me at YouTube at Point in Progress, where I will be eventually. I'm working on the script right now for the Logitech video. So if you want to see what I thought about the Logitech G Pro wireless, wait about a month and you might actually find out.
Fuck around and find out. Perfect.
Walk around and
Heck
find out.
yeah.
Thank you, Crafty, for the shout outs. I appreciate it.
Sly, where can everybody find you?
You can find me yelling about 911 and 911 Lone Star on TikTok Live on Thursday nights. You can find me yelling about whatever the latest Marvel is and whatever else we're watching on We'll Throw the After Party at After Party SHO. And you can find me yelling about non-MCU Marvel movies on MC University. Go check out.
That's
the latest
questionable now.
episode. Very good.
In 2 weeks, it'll be questionable in 2 weeks.
Whatever.
That's hilarious.
All
Mario.
the Marvel I haven't seen yet. How
There
about
you
that?
go.
Mario, where can everybody find you?
Of course, you can find me at MC University, where I have so much fun. We just talked about Ghost Rider and how much I loved it. You can hear all about that. We had special guest Eric Ginn from Penultimate Conquest. So that was a lot of fun. So please watch that. While also, you can check me out here at the Point in Progress podcast, because this is pretty much all I do now. We did wrap up the entirety of what we decided to commit to for Tremors in Review. So I don't know if I said that. I think I said that we were going to record the episode. The episode is done. It is available. All three. Show the third episode some love if you can. But otherwise, I love Tremors, and Tremors was awesome. So that was a fun little project to sort of invite people over to our side and be on content with us. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, you need to make that show I told you, the Cult of or the Church of Tremors, I think called
Church
it.
of Tremors, something like that.
Yeah, where I pitched Mario an idea like, hey, let's get people who have never seen Tremors before and get them to watch the first movie, and then see if we can convince them to join the church.
See if you see the rest of the 7 movies and 2 TV shows. And book I just bought. I just bought a book called Seeking Perfection. Anyways, yeah, that's where you'll find me. So again, thank you. Oh, and watch our TikToks, because I had Shotgun McPain make videos for us. They're awesome.
Oh yeah,
You
they're
guys
really
know
good.
that the Gilded Age was the same dude that never mind. Fee, where can everybody find you?
Final stage.
Have you hit it? Did you hit depression at any point during the show?
I literally sent you a video.
Okay, cool. So then you're at acceptance then. Did you send me a video? Oh, you did send me a video.
Yeah, I
Send me your
did.
messages.
I sure did. So you
What the fuck did you send me? Oh my god! I'm
Have
listening
fun
to it
with that.
right now as you do your outro.
Put it in the control room for me.
Oh my god, no,
Okay.
this is really inappropriate.
Oh, yeah, no, this is really appropriate.
So you
I will
can
put it
find
in
me
general, though.
over on my Twitch channel over at twitch.tv/Serenix, where I will be hopping back into Chinatown Detective Agency this week. So then I can start doing some other things that I have planned. It took a little bit of hiatus because I'm currently switching jobs. But once we get there, I will definitely be talking about that a lot more. You can also find me over on our TikTok, where apparently I am just yelling at Harv consistently. And if anything I know about last week's episode, it's going to be me also yelling at everybody about the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, which is another TikTok that's going to be coming out. So definitely make sure to check that out. And then you can find me over on Twitter, twitter.com/Serenix, where I randomly just post every so often. So that's me. Oh, also, oh my god, over on the we got the Game Source Network. This Wednesday we're going to be talking about Stadia, so please make sure to check us out. We stream that particular show at 8:30 p.m. Eastern every other Wednesday, and this is luckily the Wednesday we're going to be recording. So please make sure to check us out because it's going to be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Shotgun McPain, I feel for you, Fee. Oh, yo. I'm sorry, Shotgun. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Oh
Thank you
my
for,
God.
Thankfully, I have people on my side. I saw Kate was doing like justice for Fee. I like appreciate the love and the support that I'm getting from
Mm.
the people who watch our. Oh my god, I'm editing that TikTok. Oh god. Okay, so it's just essentially
You know
me
what?
just yelling at everybody.
I'll say this because he actually just DM'd me something. There's a mistake in the video. If you could find it, it's an Easter egg. Just let me know if you see it.
Is it the enter text here thing that randomly pops up? I thought that was on purpose. I liked it. I liked it. I thought it was on purpose.
Oh my god.
I already told him I'm docking his pay.
No, it was good. No, Nick,
It
listen to
fits
me,
the
okay,
vibe.
Nick.
I totally bought it. I thought it was intentional.
I thought it was intentional, and I like it. That's the type of shit I throw in my videos, so we were all good.
Oh my god.
I loved it too. That's why I thought it was funny. And then he told me he was not supposed to be there.
I love it.
Expect more.
You can find me here on twitch.tv/point-in-progress, youtube.com/point-in-progress. I have my Elden Ring review going out this weekend for Patreon for my for my patrons, and then next week it'll be out everywhere. It is a 50-minute review, 15, not 50, 15-minute review of Elden Ring, and it is I have thoughts on that game. Other than that, you can find me here on Point in Progress. But I got some other reviews coming out. I got some 24-man reviews going to be going out for Final Fantasy 14. I'll have a 6.1 review coming out at some point as well. All that kind of stuff. So, yeah.
Sly, Fee, if you're up to it, let's stay in the chat and let's just talk about Fresh. While I send it.
The other thing is, Fee and I have an idea that we were thinking of doing. That I think we'll probably end up doing pretty soon here. Yeah, we'll have to at this point, but we'll announce something for that pretty soon here.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
Gotcha. All right. While he takes that final sip.
Yeah, but other than that, thank you guys so much for watching episode 47 of the Point in Progress podcast, your one-stop shop for news, recommendations, and some spicy takes. Join us, 5 friends across 3 time zones and 2 countries every week as we discuss all things that we love and while still thinking critically of them. Thank you guys so much. We're getting close to 52. Can't wait. 5 more weeks left.
Can't wait for
4
the
more
new
weeks left?
52.
We're almost there to the new 52.
Almost there.
Yeah, it's a
Almost
52.
there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for listening. Wherever you guys are, I hope you guys have a fantastic day, fantastic night. We'll see you guys next week.
Have a good ass weekend.
Progress has been made.